Steve, I gotta go on the other side of the tree.
Get his front, I'll get his back.
Ah, there we go, he's got it.
The guys are in Puerto Rico
There's nothing like Florida.
Oh, yeah.
to help remove invasive and dangerous reptiles.
Coming at ya!
All right, he's going up on land.
They encounter swamps crammed with caiman,
Get it!
Lizards falling from trees.
Good job, Mike.
Venomous snakes lurking in jungles.
Snake.
Oh, yeah.
On this island paradise, anything can happen.
He's about to nail something. He's got the rap.
Oh, all right.
Sweet.
Invasive reptiles threaten Florida's wetlands. Iguanas, Nile monitors, and the most notorious of all, the giant Burmese python.
Snake. There's a berm right there.
You got him? Oh, yeah.
Now 3 men join forces to defend the Everglades. Biologist Sean Heflick. He's been chasing, breeding, and collecting reptiles his entire life.
I've never been afraid of snakes.
Exotic reptile breeder and cop Greg Graziani. He knows his pythons inside and out.
I got my first Burmese python when I was 12 years old.
And python breeding pro Michael Cole. He sold his designer color mutations for as much as $25,000.
I've learned about reptiles the hard way. It was a passion.
They are the Python Hunters. The Python Hunters are in tropical Puerto Rico, keeping their reptile radars sharp. With their expert guide, Ivan Alfonso, they're watching endangered boas snatch bats in midair.
All right.
Sweet.
That'll slide down like an oyster.
The Culebrones Cave of Arecibo is home to 6 bat species, 300,000 bats in total. Biologist Bert Rivera Marchand is a bat researcher.
That's amazing.
All right, Bert, we're gonna be setting up this.
Yeah, this is the harp trap. We're gonna try to catch a couple of bats here. Take a second.
With this trap, the guys can monitor the health and varieties of the bats they catch. Special licenses from the Puerto Rican government allow them to handle any animals they encounter.
So we set it up like this, and we just wait. Well,
Wait,
look at them. Look at them.
You got one.
There's another one.
Oh, wow.
Look at the nose on that thing. That is killer.
This is a nectar feeding bat. This is an adult male.
The brown flower bat feeds on plant nectar, fruit, and insects, and is the most common species in this cave.
They hover like a helicopter. I mean, they can actually take off straight up, vertically, hover around and change directions even in mid-flight.
Usually hard to catch because of that. What you got there is a nose leaf. It's used to direct the sound it emits to echolocate.
Bats emit high-frequency sound waves that rebound off obstacles in their flight path. The returning echoes steer them away from head-on collisions, but can't protect them from the Puerto Rican boa.
I just love these little claws, man. Feel that.
Look at that.
You can dig right into the fingerprints.
You can just see through that membrane. So fragile, but it's pretty tough. And look at the hand.
These are the fingers, and this would be the wrist right here with the thumb coming off. You've got the forearm coming down here. It bends up right into the shoulder where the wing goes right into the furry part of the bat.
Guys, we had 300,000 of these flying past our heads.
Yeah, that is incredible. Look at him, he's just tucking up. Boom.
Very cool.
Right past my face. That is awesome.
I'm a reptile lover, but bats are just as cool.
These boas are said to bask on that ledge up above in the mornings and that. I'd really like to come back and just explore the boas a little more in the daylight, and also just to go into the cave system.
I haven't been in a deep cave since I was a kid, so I'm totally with that.
The hunters are impressed with their first venture, and there's more to come.
How are you gonna top this? I'm gonna certainly try. You'll see.
Let's black this place out.
For their next adventure, Ivan's taking them to Vega Baja, to troll for Puerto Rico's largest invasive reptile, the spectacled caiman.
I think Mike and I are gonna just take a back seat on this and just let you and Greg get maimed.
No, wait a minute. No.
Hey.
I'm gonna watch and learn, and then I'm jumping one.
Hey.
Caiman are dangerous animals and need to be handled with great care. The guys hope to catch a few tonight and put a dent in this local problem.
If we catch a large caiman, you have to follow directions.
So the guy dealing with the caiman is the guy in charge on each scene, so you don't have to figure out, well, who's in charge.
Caiman are nocturnal hunters, so the guys head out at sunset. It's rumored drug dealers filled this swamp with caiman to keep visitors off their territory. Whatever the reason, they're here and they'll eat anything they can swallow.
About 15 minutes, we should be good.
During the day, the caiman's brown eyes, camouflage scaly skin, and bony forehead ridge make them virtually invisible. But the pros know how to find them. Their eyes reflect light in the dark.
They can mess up the ecology of an island like Puerto Rico because they do not belong and they are apex aquatic predators. They will displace whatever predator is at top. It could be a 3-foot fish that is filling the niche of apex predator, and then a caiman moves in, and then you've got a problem.
Not only do you lose the smaller fish that these guys are eating, but they eat the 3-foot fish that's the predator.
Spectacled caiman reproduce once a year. Because of the tropical climate and lack of predators, they're able to thrive in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, back up, back up.
Yeah. Acá. There's one right there. Acá, acá, acá.
Right there, right there,
Right there. Get your light on it. Get your light on it.
Slow.
Right there. Get it. Get it.
Got it!
Godzilla.
Look at that little speck.
This is the menace of Tortuguero.
Don't say it like that. That just sounds horrible.
That one's not very big, but they grow up to be big, and they do a lot of destruction around here.
I want you to know that their bite of something like this is not that big a deal. Put your finger in his mouth.
He's not even trying to bite.
So when you go to snag him, there's no worries.
You know, these guys get a reputation of just being like man-eaters and super aggressive and everything, but I mean, I'm just putting my finger right in there and it doesn't seem to be a problem. It's the size, though.
Not even that. Spectacled caimans are not known to eat man. They're not known to bother man until man lays their hands on them and does something stupid. That is this year's hatchling, which means guess what? They're adults out here. They're reproducing, and those are the ones I want.
On that note, let's bag this bad boy. I think I got a bag.
I want to see you do that with the next one.
All right.
I don't care what size it is.
Yeah, guaranteed no matter what size, it has to go in that same bag.
All right, boys.
Let's go.
Get some.
The hunt is on.
You saw, I think, right off in front of those weeds.
Right there, right there, right there, right there.
Oh, yeah, up under that tree.
Cutting through the weeds. Right there.
Yep.
Right there.
Yes, 100%.
We lost our angle. Get over here, get over here.
There, right there. Slow, slow,
Second quick, second quick.
Get him.
Got him. You got him? Yep.
Got him?
Yep. All right, look at that. Yeah, look.
Oh, he's bigger than...
Look at that. Got the record so far.
Oh, God.
Yours is 4 inches long, his is 6.
My first wild caiman catch.
First wild caiman catch right there, baby.
All right, let's bag him up.
Throw him in the bag.
We got bigger fish to fry.
You know, them bigger ones are a little smarter. These babies are sitting up for us.
Mm-hmm.
We got a hatchling and we got a yearling. Now we need a mama.
Right there, right there, right there, right there.
I saw eye shine twice.
As soon as you took your light off of it, there was a ripple.
All right, slow down. There, I got it, I got it. He's moving.
Get it.
I got it. What do you want me to do? Tape. You got tape?
Real quick, in behind my palms.
Run it.
Run it up a little higher, run up a little higher.
Gotta get it started.
Run up a little higher.
Mikey's taping his eyes closed.
Higher toward my hands.
Towards his hands.
You're going the other way.
There you go. I haven't done this before.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. You ready? Side, two. Get the leg. We get the leg. I got a back leg. Yeah. Look at that bad boy. Got it? Got it?
What do you think, Mikey?
I taped it.
Section, give it a finger. I bet male.
Oh, yeah.
You got the penis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a
A little
boy.
closer, Mikey.
It's a boy.
See these little just dots? All the little dots right there are sensory organs.
These sensory organs are called dermal pressure receptors. They allow caiman to detect slight changes in water pressure to help them locate prey.
Put your hands on it.
Yeah, I would.
Come in, just come in beside me. So right there, right on his ear flap, drop your thumb. Replace here, push on the left hand, not on the right.
I can tell you from this position right here, I ended up with 27 stitches in my hand from an alligator.
Thanks for that great story while I'm standing here holding an alligator's head.
I'm gonna show you something. You see that tooth?
I didn't see that before.
Taped or not, mouth closed.
He'll slash you with that.
He will slash your wrist open and you'll bleed out.
More than 6 dozen large conical teeth make the caiman's jaw a giant clamp that holds its prey while ripping it to shreds.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys caught him? You guys carry him.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. When I saw that big male, all ass up on land, I was like, oh yeah, you made a mistake, man.
Yeah. Good. Good stuff, guys. Good night. Woo.
The next morning, they head out for another hands-on opportunity. Only this one's a little closer to their hearts.
We're gonna go rescue somebody from a loose snake.
Puerto Rico is jammed with reptiles. And everyone knows the python hunters are in town. So it's not surprising when they get a call about a wildlife emergency.
Yeah. We got the whole block out here standing here looking for a snake in the tree.
But when the guys arrive, the snake has made its way up a palm tree.
Can you see him?
That's a big Puerto Rican boa.
Yeah.
I see him.
That's a big animal.
That's a big one. It's the dark point off the coconut up there.
This is the Puerto Rican boa, and this is a critically endangered species, so if we can remove this animal and relocate it to a place that's not so many people around, then this snake stands a great chance to reproduce in the wild and do what it needs to be so we can keep the species from ever going extinct.
I don't know whether they're afraid of snakes or they just want to see what the hell the gringos are doing.
They're gonna find a bucket.
A bucket?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Find a bucket.
Perfect, perfect. That's what we need.
As the crowd gathers, Sergeant Atienza, director of the Division of Wildlife Services, arrives.
Tienza.
So what's that? Show.
We got a big boa.
Yeah.
And a crowd of people.
Everybody is afraid of snakes in Puerto Rico.
We had heard that there's a myth somewhere on the island that if you cut the snake, like if you chop its head off, the two pieces will grow back together, or they just grow into two snakes and slither off.
People say that.
Yeah. Everybody shows up. This is like an impromptu festival.
There's a big snake, and we're trying to catch a big snake.
There goes that. I asked her if she liked it. She's like, ¿Te gusta? No. Bien, no? No. She's not a fan.
Just then, the bucket truck arrives.
Now we're cooking with gas.
And the competition begins.
Who's going up in a bucket? 1, 2, 3. Oh, got them both in one shot.
Best 2 out of 3.
I didn't even have to do
best
a
2 out of
double,
3.
man. I need an assistant. You two fight it out.
I don't assist, so it's all Mikey.
I don't think that when this was new, there was a rate restriction, but
There
I
might
hope
be
so
now.
that there might be now.
I saw an ambulance go through, but he left. He's not very agile. You better bring that thing back. You see?
I gotta go on the other side of the tree.
Oh, watch the coconut. How much is he charging this family to prune the tree? Can you see him?
I got his tail.
You got a hold of it?
Yeah, I got his tail. All right, he's coming. He's coming.
You see him.
He's got him.
All right, he's coming. He's coming. You see the... Got him!
Bring him down. Bring him down. Hand him off. It'll be a bite.
Get his front.
Ah, there we go. He's got it.
Whoops.
There we go.
Oh, we got him.
Ah, got me again. He's fishing just like for the bass. There we go.
Same Puerto Rican boa. Inornatus is a species we had in the caves. He's just a bigger animal. Do they know that this boa is found only here in Puerto Rico? Really, instead of being afraid of this, when they see it, they should be honored and mesmerized because there are not very many of these left in the world.
Thanks to Atienza and the guys, this scare turns into a show and tell.
You're looking at a load of people right now that are around this daily, don't even know it, and they have never even touched one of these in their life.
Yeah, we got a few holdouts. Thank you for letting us share this with you because this is great for us. Yeah, gracias.
Now that the excitement's over, this boa needs a safe home.
All right, buddy. This is where you belong. Head on up there where you'll be safe. What an honor to be able to release this animal out of a hostile environment in town into a protected forest here in Puerto Rico. It's a great feeling.
Awesome, awesome day, man.
With Puerto Rican boas, some bats, and caiman under their belts, the three amigos set out to capture the island's rarest and only venomous reptile.
We're headed to find the Puerto Rican racer.
So this is a species that the natives consider to be probably one of the most dangerous animals native to the island because it's venomous.
It is venomous. It's just the reaction that you're gonna get from the bite, it's gonna vary from person to person. It's no different than a bee sting or a lionfish. It could be fatal in someone, but it could be no more than a little rash on somebody else.
To find the Puerto Rican racer, Ivan takes the guys to Caja de Muertos Island, home to a famous animal reserve.
Mike, ready?
Do it.
On docking, they're greeted by a rare native reptile.
There goes a...
Big blue amoeba, don't move.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican blue-tailed amoeba, otherwise known as the Puerto Rican ground lizard, is this island's most iconic indigenous lizard.
Wow.
This is actually an amoeba exul, which it's actually for the blue coloration that you see on it. That's as blue as I've ever seen one. That's amazing.
Head bobbing at us saying you're getting in my territory, you need to back off.
See, and these guys are actually not swimmers. This is a population of its own.
When they're here, they're here. One right here, right here,
Look
right
at this,
here,
look, it's up against the wall.
Yeah, good luck. They're fast as can be. We should have brought the net.
And the boys are in for another rare treat when they reach the Caja de Muertos Reserve.
That is a gem. That is just unreal. You look at how small they are, everything eats these.
Hawksbill turtles are named for their hawk-like beaks. They're a critically endangered species.
What they did is they dug up the nest and they hatch them in captivity to keep them safe. They can't release them during the day. They have to be released at night. So they'll hold on to them until it's nighttime. Once nighttime comes, they can let them go on the beach and they'll take off.
If they survive to adulthood, hawksbills can weigh between 65 and 90 kilos.
Look at the egg tooth, teeny little point on its nose.
An egg tooth is a horn-like structure that helps the baby hawksbills cut through their shell.
Hawksbill hatchlings.
That's cool.
They're cute, but our guys are on the trail of the Puerto Rican racer.
I mean, they're racers. They're hard to find. Tromping around through the Everglades, we may have caught in 4
They're
or
not
5.
joggers, they're racers.
That's
So,
right.
you know.
The hunters can't find their elusive Puerto Rican racer.
We're almost at the end of our rope. I think some chastising is in order there, guide. Because when we wanted Puerto Rican racers, I wasn't envisioning a teeny little trail surrounded by eye-poking, nipple-piercing, testicle-ripping thorn vegetation.
I must have left that.
That detail out?
Yeah. This is still prime habitat. Any turn could show a Puerto Rican racer.
Ivan and the hunters make it to the caverns at the top of the mountain.
Watch out!
He's got to pee on something in every episode.
But there are no snakes.
This should be good habitat for the racer. I mean, it's humid, it's dark, and it's actually perfect to attract insects, which attract anoles, which is the main diet for the racer. But the racers are, so far, still elusive. We have not been able to see one.
But Ivan has a backup plan. The guys head west to Mayagüez to hunt for the invasive red-tailed boa, a species they've come across in Florida as well.
We came here to catch boas, and if I'm not mistaken, this is part of the racer's range as well, right? We're here, huh?
To help with this snake mission, Ivan recruits Jorge, a local snake enthusiast.
I brought you this guy so that you can take us boa hunting.
Yeah, we hear you're the man.
I got a pretty cool video of a 6-foot boa.
You got it with you?
Crossing the street.
You have it with you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we got to see this. Come
yeah.
on, man. Look. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, where was this at?
5 minutes away.
Really?
Jorge might have footage of a boa, but this day is all about the real thing.
We're eager to catch snakes.
Let's get to it.
And this time, it looks like they're right on target.
Hey, boys, look at that.
We got
Snake
cow,
skin.
look at that snake shit. The boa?
It's a racer. It's Alsophus.
You're right, it is.
No doubt, look at that head. That's colubrid.
Definitely a colubrid.
That's a big Alsophus. Look at this.
Wow, so these things are big. You know, when we come across those, we're gonna have to watch out. Rear fang venomous.
That's 4 or 5 feet.
4 or 5 foot long, fast as a devil.
Yeah, the literature says 3 feet.
Yeah.
That's way beyond 3 feet.
And he's shed for a reason, so he's bigger now.
A shed racer skin is a sure sign the real one can't be far.
Man, some of this
La culebra.
Snake. Oh, yeah. Look at the eyes. That's what we're looking for. Ivan's the man. That's his boy.
Finally.
What
Look how laid back it is, though.
So this is the big, bad, feared, venomous snake of Puerto Rico, huh?
Doesn't act at all like the racers we have back in Florida.
I mean, the book says they're fast, they're flighty, they're aggressive.
Well, there's two subspecies of this snake. There's a coastal one, like probably the one we would have found on that island. They warm up quicker, and they might have more of a flighty response.
Sean's been bitten before by these racers, so he knows this particular snake's venom won't harm him.
Yeah, well, you might as well give him that finger. That's the one you can't do any much more damage
He's
to.
not biting anybody.
Now, is this a protected species?
Everything that's native,
Okay.
native to Puerto Rico, it's actually protected. So you can't export them, you can't do really anything with them except seeing them and releasing them.
Cool. He looks like he's had a little run-in right around the neck there. He's got a nick right on the back of this tail here, too.
And these guys, they don't have any natural predators, but that doesn't mean they're free of any harm. Just glad we found it.
This is all Jorge. That's yours, buddy. That was your sight. I just got overexcited. All right, let's put this beauty back and let it go about its business.
Check this out.
Giant centipede here. These will put a hurting on you. You see it? The bite from these?
Yeah. Worse than a venomous racer?
Yeah, like way worse.
Centipedes use their venom to kill their prey before eating it.
That's quick, man. Look at that.
That's it. He's gonna bite you.
Hey, I got an EpiPen, but you get bit screwing around with an insect. I'm not wasting it.
There he goes.
He's checking me out. Don't
Flick
do
it,
that.
flick it, flick it.
Sean's being very cautious because the centipede's venom has also been known to kill humans.
No. He's feeling Hell no, don't touch that.
He's gonna bite.
Don't do that. Then you go where again, let him reach for you. You're something he goes to, you don't go to him.
Very cool. He's calm now.
There you go.
Their Puerto Rican hosts are wondering what they've got themselves into, until Michael finds something a little more tame.
Guys, what's this?
He's found a white-lipped frog.
It's a native one?
Yes, that's a native frog.
Looking for snakes, man. You guys over there playing with tadpoles.
Tadpoles.
Sure.
Sure.
Snake!
looks like Greg's onto another Puerto Rican racer.
He went under. Oh! Got him, yeah.
You all right?
Got him.
Who caught who?
That was the most graceful catch I've ever seen.
I sliced my thumb open on that one. These guys are so mellow. Look, he just ate something. Look.
Is he trying to spit
I
it
don't know
up
if
or
he's going to swallow it or spit it.
I think he's swallowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting farther back. He's
Yeah,
swallowing.
yeah. He's working it down. You know what? We ought to put this guy down and just let him go about his meal.
You were disturbing his buffet. There's 2 Puerto Rican racers that belong here. Yeah. And all the trumping we've been doing for hours and hours, no boas.
It is rewarding to find the species that are supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we came to find the ones that are not, but finding the ones that are supposed to, to me, it's just as rewarding.
No, but that's my point.
It's not the red-tailed boa they're looking for, but there's no shortage of cool species to catch on this island, including the invasive green iguana.
Up on the little table, he's climbed up and he's looking out at Sean. Look up, look up, look up.
Hey, buddy.
He's coming out. He's coming out this side.
¿Dónde consigo culebra?
Oh, wow.
Going out the other side. He's going to come around that boat.
He's coming at you.
Yeah, he's coming at you.
Right at you.
Gotcha. I got him. I got him.
You guys are crazy. I thought for sure you were going to come out with a few less digits. Wow.
You're the man, but guess what? I'm the bigger man. One less exotic breeder.
All right, Mike, we got to bag and tag this one, so off you go, buddy.
Got him. Let's go get some food, boys.
Let's do it.
Some people go to restaurants when they're hungry, but not the python hunters. As Ivan leaves for the day, they head back into the jungle.
Sean!
Yeah.
You're always telling us about the grubs you find. Can you eat these?
These are it. These are the larvae of a giant beetle.
You eat them just like that?
You can eat them raw, or you can stew them. Grilled is really good. They taste like grilled chicken skin with like a peanut oil on them when they're grilled.
It's an ugly, ugly critter.
What are you talking about?
All right, let's start a fire and let's get it going.
Survivor, man.
There we go.
You're like 2 Girl Scouts that never got your fire badge or something like that.
Well, you're doing real good over there. You got half a burnt worm.
No, I'm fine. He's toasty. That's what you want him. You want him toasty, crispy. Michael's is over ready. Listen to this. Ain't nothing squishy in there.
All right.
Hey, Martha.
So you just grab the head and...
You go. No, here's the deal. You can't just pop it and swallow it and act like, oh, look at me. You got to chew this baby. But I'm going to tell you right now, that head's going to get stuck in your teeth and it's going to hurt like a mother.
Well, I'll skip that.
Are you trying to make friends with that thing, or are you going to eat it? Just a little piece at a time, boys. Good. Oh, yeah. Make it a little squishiness. Oh, this guy's got a little bit of gut content.
It looks a whole lot worse than it tastes.
Good.
And the outside of it kind of reminds me of the kernel of a popcorn.
Puerto Rico's teeming with so many critters, it has its very own set of reptile hunters.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
And they've invited the guys to see their facility.
Uh-oh. We got snake racks.
Snake racks, look at this.
And it's filled with everything that crawls and slithers.
That's an animal that we use for our exhibitions, our teaching on school.
It turns out both teams teach the public the same set of rules.
Everything is cute when it's a baby.
But the biggest thing we pump is educate yourself. Don't go out there, run out and make a purchase just offhanded. Know how big that animal gets, know how much you're gonna have to buy to feed it, know how big of an enclosure it needs, and know whether it's gonna be potentially dangerous.
If you're gonna have anything, just don't release it when you don't want to eat anymore.
One, you've got this business together where you educate people, but you also have your own. We're standing in your private collection of breeding ball pythons.
Yes. This is my hobby, and this is what I love to do. I got this nice guy from Daytona, 2009.
Wow, very nice
piebald.
piebald. Excellent. Now, is that male or female?
It's a male.
We also call this the short-tailed python. They get about, what, 7.5 feet full length.
They're hard hitters, too, at that size.
You know what they really remind me of? The gaboon vipers of the python world.
Yeah.
The strike are so fast, and they used to train the venom people with those.
You're gonna get bit, but you're not gonna die. Check this out. This is something we're all real familiar with.
Looks familiar, strangely.
Doesn't it?
Burmese python. While the Burmese in the southern tip of Florida and the Everglades are a problem for us, there's a chance that someday Mother Nature might wipe them out. These guys started breeding population in Puerto Rico.
No berms have been found yet in this fragile ecosystem, but there's one invasive reptile that is. Puerto Rico has a major green iguana infestation.
Yep, I'm gonna head out to the car.
So the Wands are taking the guys hunting.
All right, we'll follow you guys. All right.
Gallina de palo, chicken of the trees.
You ever eaten iguana?
He's eating iguanas, he's eating guano. I mean, he can pick it up, he probably puts it in his mouth. Don't eat that.
Cold-blooded iguanas use airport runways to bask in the sun. That delays planes from taking off. But most of the time, they end up as roadkill.
You know, the stories, they definitely were a problem here for these guys.
There are so many iguanas, officials use patrol cars to clear the runways.
Let's go find an area where they are a problem.
Yeah, let's go catch something.
They head to the lush jungle surrounding the airport.
All right, so we're here.
All right, this is a good area?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna try to get some of them.
Let's grab some
Do
nets.
it, man. Yeah, we've snagged a couple already.
You see that one, Sean?
This one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How high?
He's low. That guy is just buried in those green leaves and he disappears. Greg, you in position?
Yeah, you see me?
Yeah, I see the net. I guess I'm hands-on. Mikey, you got the net? Yep. All right, Greg.
Iguanas can survive falls of as much as 15 meters to avoid capture.
He'll come back and fall down through here. You're gonna come down right
There you go. Oh, Jesus.
He jumped in your arms, dude.
Hey, dude, you're supposed to be telling me what he's doing. He all hit me in my face.
Looks like this iguana lucked out with his leap of faith.
Put up the heads up.
You got the same heads up I did, buddy.
Hey, he ran right down you.
He hit me in my face.
In no time, the Wands lead the python hunters to another green.
Straight up through there. You see the tail coming off the branch.
Oh, yeah.
If he hits one of these branches and hangs on, he's good to go.
Going up? Yeah.
All right. Because we want some room to...
One number 2 shows our guys how to get the menace moving.
Sigue. Yeah, he's moving up there.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Catch it. Good job,
good snag.
Good snag.
Switch head. You got it?
Hey,
Look at that.
there you go.
How am I going to take you, lizard? That was a good catch, man.
This is the same green iguana that's invasive here that we have invasive in South Florida.
Yeah, it's iguana found throughout Central and South America. And this is the beast they're having problems with at the airport.
This is not an easiest animal to grab, and you can see it why right here. Once you pull, they'll release that tail, and it'll stand there and wiggle like that, but they'll regrow it. Something grabbed the back of that right there and ripped it right off, and you can see where the regrowth is on this tail right here. That's a great defense mechanism for these animals.
Another defense tactic is to play dead.
That's why you don't move on anything, so the predators think that it's dead, and then they go leave it there.
But the boys know he's secretly waiting to lash out.
This is why it's so hard to shake out that tree. Look at those sickle-like claws.
Yeah.
You know? So the Wands guiding us here and going up the tree to shake this guy out. I think, you know, they've earned new names. These boys are the iguana Wands.
Yeah, definitely.
The iguana Wands. Yeah.
With one iguana snagged, the boys have to get back to business.
We're just warming up. Let's get going.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, there's another one.
The guys and their Puerto Rican lizard hunting equivalents find a monster.
There's a big male.
Yeah, we got a male.
It's
He's
a
a
big
big
male.
John?
Right side. Go
Right
up and
side,
around.
back.
Take this, because you're gonna have to poke.
Ready?
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him?
Yeah.
We all got him.
What the hell are we using these damn nets for?
Woo! Hey.
This guy's pretty feisty.
Check this out. He's been wearing the girls out. Look at that callus.
This is an adult male. This guy's ready to go.
He's a bad boy around here, chasing all the other boys off and getting the girls.
He's got a sperm plug. Look at this.
A sperm plug is a jelly-like secretion males insert after copulation. It acts much like a chastity belt, blocking other suitors from fertilizing the same female.
I'm pushing you that way.
Mike, what are you doing?
I'm
on a... Don't push me. No, he pushed me down the hill. You saw it? All fun and games till somebody loses a testicle. Iguana wands. You're doing good. Let's move on. Onward and upward. We got more to catch.
You gotta get him.
The boys have another iguana in their sights.
See right in top.
Oh, I see him. Look at this. Right up the top of that
Yeah,
tree.
exactly.
Yep.
Right there.
Look at this.
Okay, he's shaking. He's jumping.
Here it comes. He's coming to you. Grab the net.
Perfect catch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now
That
that's
was
a
behind
snake.
the back.
It don't get any better
That
than
was
that.
behind the
Behind
back.
the back, man. Woo.
As it came at Sean, he had the net like this. I looked right at Sean, and right as it was about to hit, he just closed his eyes, and it
I
just
knew he was
jerked
going
him
in the
backwards.
net. I didn't know what this was going to do, so I was like...
Have you seen the net?
Did he rip it?
No.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Look at that.
I'll be damned if the razor dorsal scales is going to lop my head off. We got 3 breeders that are out of the population, so they won't be adding any babies this year.
Every capture helps, since pregnant females can lay between 40 and 60 eggs per clutch.
Look at this, right up the top of that
Yeah,
tree.
exactly.
Yep.
That's a big boy.
Yep. Wow. Who's climbing?
Juan.
One is you.
He's a huge male. He's getting ready.
Okay, he's shaking. He's jumping.
Get him, get him. Yeah. If I got lucky, he just jumped on my feet. That's the biggest one yet.
That's the biggest one yet.
His comb is almost the length of my fingers. That is prehistoric as hell. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, there's the claws. This male would be good to use for education, to show people you can keep these as pets. It can be done. But the ability to handle and take care of this thing is far more than most people think.
This is 10 pounds and 5.5 feet of claws and teeth coming at you. You're part of the team now.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
With an iguana under each arm, the guys call it a day.
Well, I gotta tell you, you guys have lived up to your new name, Iguana Wands.
But it's nice to come in and get a lot of these guys, especially away from the airport, where they could cause some serious injuries.
Let's bag these things. We gotta get going.
All right.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
appreciate it.
Not a bad day's work, boys.
Not at all. Fistful of iguana.
The wilds of Puerto Rico are packed with critters. But some end up confined here. Sergeant Atienza cares for thousands of animals each year. Many are confiscated pets or have been illegally smuggled and trafficked.
Where's your mama?
It's no surprise some are boas rescued from run-ins with humans.
All these boas.
So you have a lot of them.
I sent 57.
Wow.
Very.
They won't eat bananas, Michael.
Hole's very round in
I'm
the
trying to feed the boas bananas.
But Atienza has larger animals in his care as well.
We find this croc in a river.
It has definitely got Cuban in it. Looks like a Cuban American croc.
Atienza, are you looking for a home for this animal?
Yeah.
I have just the guy right here. And to be honest with you,
Okay.
I'd love for it to go to his facility because I'd like to see some blood work on this. Maybe we can find out exactly what it is.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna show you too.
He's tame, right? You can pet him like a puppy dog and...
No.
No.
There seems to be no limit to illegal trafficking.
Somebody tried to smuggle a black bear into the country?
No, we find this animal in the yard.
So it was already in the country?
Yeah.
It was already here?
Yeah.
Clearly, there's no way that those people were equipped to have this thing just in their backyard. It just doesn't make sense.
The Department of Natural and Environmental Resources spend a lot of money feeding big animals like this one. That's why we're looking for people in the United States that want these animals, and we'll send this animal for free.
I've got a lot of contacts in the U.S. zoos and that, so, you know, maybe we can put something together and, you know, help everybody out.
I'm sure I'm gonna call you.
Yeah,
Great.
no doubt. Gracias por todo, mucho gusto, no?
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
You're doing a lot of good here. Maybe we can help make things a little better, too.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a crazy trip, but it's not over yet. Ivan takes the guys back to the bat cave of Culebrones. The hunters suspect there's a large bat chamber deep within the cave, and bats attract snakes.
I hope we can find those boas laying up on the lip of that cave, basking in the sun, and just, man, explore those caverns in general.
The cave in the daytime is a mind-blowing phenomenon.
This is our trail, guys, right here. Rain tree, broken twig, that's it.
And because the guys have special permits to handle endangered species, they want another close encounter with a bat-eating Puerto Rican boa.
Our boa right up there is still there. Look at her. Awesome. Look at that. Again tonight, that snake will drop back down, do what it does. And when it gets too big to use the bats to sustain it, it'll move on to bigger and better things. Hey, Sean, I want that one.
Yeah, let's go get that one. Let me put my pack down.
Let's do it.
Give me the rope. I'm going to tie it off on that big tree up above.
Are you out of your mind? We've seen you tie a boat off. We'll tie the rope off.
Give me the rope.
Why don't you just tie it around my neck and throw me off the...
Hey, I always wanted my own show, guys, but...
I got to tie my own knot, brother.
I'm good with that.
That way, if I break my own neck, it's all me.
As Sean eases his way toward the boa, Mike takes his position as catcher below.
He's tight in there, though.
Yeah,
he's blowing up.
He's got the perfect cover, man. Look at that.
Sean's always gentle with reptiles, but sometimes the feeling isn't mutual.
Yeah. Yeah, it's biting his finger.
This snake doesn't have venomous fangs, but it does have dozens of piercing teeth.
Says, man, I ain't never had a bat.
Oh, he got nailed.
That's a knuckler right there.
All right, you almost got him.
There he is.
Oh, he's too slick. I gotta... Oh!
Yeah, good catch, man. Good catch. Good job.
Hey, he's musket. I think I tasted some.
This is my actual first Puerto Rican boa catch. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous animal.
Awesome. Hey, if you don't get bit by a Puerto Rican boa, you ain't been to Puerto Rico.
Hey, don't molest mine.
The mouth is jet black inside. I mean, it is awesome, like a mamba.
The front, like 4 or 5 teeth are elongated.
When they bite into you, you can actually feel those first 4 teeth, top and bottom, kind of hook.
Now you know what it feels like to be a bat.
Oh, yeah! Look at that.
Everybody gets a turn.
I'm telling you, if you haven't been bit by a Puerto Rican boa...
Oh, hey, brother! He's trying to knock me off the cave.
You ain't been to Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rican bite right there, baby. That was worth it.
You know what? I'm honored that he nailed me before. This guy is an icon for Puerto Rican conservation. We're gonna put him back exactly on the ledge he was at.
Right back into the same hole.
He's home.
Teamwork, brother.
Good looking out.
Yeah. Let's get down in that cave, man.
Another rope here. Throw it in my face.
Let's go. I heard Mikey yell he found a boa, Sean.
Whoa.
They're heading where few have ever ventured.
Visibility is almost zero here.
Wow.
Even with light.
They know that where there's bats, there's likely to be more boas.
Boa, guys, right here.
You got one?
You got one?
Got one.
Whoa, you gotta be careful running in here.
Look at that belly full of bats.
1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that.
Hey, look at...
Oop, there goes the musk. Oh.
Whoa.
That's beautiful.
But Greg notices something different about this snake.
Guys, look at the difference at how calm these snakes are in the dark of this cave versus the snake we captured out in the sunlight. The snakes in here are a lot cooler, and they're a lot calmer to handle.
Lights on, boys.
It looks like another species wants some FaceTime with Sean.
Hey, boys. I got a friend.
Come on, Spidey.
This ferocious-looking cave spider can grow up to 23 centimeters across, but they're harmless to humans.
And they sit just like this, and it's a trap. And as soon as their little sensory array picks up a insect, bam! They just jam it into their mouth and eat it.
It's like a praying mantis on steroids.
Hey, do you mind if I hold it? I gotta conquer my fear here.
They don't bite, you'll be all right. I mean, if you taste like...
Here he comes.
Watch out, brother. Now, these are lightning fast. He could make it from there to your face in like half a second.
Yeah, you said lightning fast. That's it for me. I'm done.
Come on, Ivan. Puerto Rico.
Don't like spiders.
Ivan, don't fall in the cave. You see him? He's on there.
Ivan, I know. Good job, boys.
You conquered it.
You're gonna feel the temperature change right at this step. Feel it? Oh my goodness, look at this.
182 meters inside the cave, oxygen levels decrease. One reason so few have ventured this deep.
There's a bat. Right there.
You see him?
Oh, God, look at them.
It doesn't have any hair on his face. Look. Oh, he's a baby, though.
It's the one with the big...
The nectar.
Yep.
The nectar.
Nectar bat.
With 300,000 bats living here, there's plenty of bat droppings or guano wherever the guys step.
It isn't soupy here, boys.
Most people would probably die of a heart attack in these chambers, but the guys are like kids in a candy store.
Look at the cockroaches in here.
Oh my God, look at those roaches.
That is awesome.
The floor is just alive with movement.
As the animal life increases the deeper they go, oxygen and visibility decrease.
Hey, gentlemen, I'll tell you right now, watch each other because the CO2 is building up. I can feel it in my breath.
Feel that heat, man. It's got to be 110 degrees in here.
They're now 244 meters below the Earth's surface and starting to burn up.
Oh, this is oven-like.
As the cameraman wipes the steam from his lens, Mike grows concerned.
Sean, I can hardly get a full breath in here. I think it's probably time for me to turn around.
No, you're still good. You'll feel some tightness in your chest. That tightness is your first indicators, but you tend to be okay.
The guys are over 300 meters underground.
Is this the chamber?
But mucking through 30 centimeters of bat guano and fighting for every breath finally pays off.
Hey, guys! You're not even in the bat chambers. Great. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Behold, here are your 100,000s of bats.
That is massive, man. Incredible.
Yeah.
Look at that.
This is just absolutely amazing.
Did I? Yeah. I thought for you. You know what I love about this? Is just being the one that went the deepest into the cave.
That's funny because you weren't.
Oh, I saw you try to duck your foot backwards.
And just when they think they've seen it all.
Too, so oh my God, look at it. Can you reach it?
Look at that.
Get him. Get him. You gotta get bit. Nice. He's a little one, but woo! That's the endangered Puerto Rican boa. Oh my God, look at that. He's got bats in him. Look at the bulge in his belly.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I tell you, in all honesty, this cave coupled with this highly endangered boa, this is a highlight of my travels.
Hey, not to mention, you got the crew with you, man.
No doubt.
We finally don't have to hear the story.
You lived it.
That's right,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Woo! All thanks to this guide right here.
I'm getting too old for this.
As the hunters climb out of the cave,
That's the one I pulled up on.
Ivan loses his footing.
You okay?
I'm coming to push you, Ivan. Stand still, okay? When he slid backwards, the rope caught loose in his hand and slid like that. And rope burn is just insanely painful.
Rope burn right here. And it feels like dislocated the left hip. So we'll see if I can walk back to the car.
But Ivan quickly forgets about his injury with the rush of this day.
Hey guys, I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. I don't know if I ever will again. That was bad ass stuff. Get over here.
After the 43-degree sauna-like heat of the cave, there's only one obvious end to this day.
Yeah!
know what he's doing? He's peeing.
He's urinating in our swimming pool! Get out!
The python hunters track down a breeding machine, a legend they call the Mother Burm.
Something to grab with.
Oh, we got
Meanwhile, serious illness threatens the teacher's pet
He just doesn't seem to be getting any better.
as iguanas fall from trees.
Coming down, coming down! Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it!
And a reptile extravaganza slithers into town.
This is the snake zone.
Invasive reptiles threaten Florida's wetlands. Iguanas, Nile monitors, and the most notorious of all, the giant Burmese python.
Snake.
Snake,
There's a Burm right there.
You got him? Oh, yeah.
Now 3 men join forces to defend the Everglades. Biologist Sean Heflick. He's been chasing, breeding, and collecting reptiles his entire life.
I've never been afraid of snakes.
Exotic reptile breeder and cop Greg Graziani. He knows his pythons inside and out.
I got my first Burmese python when I was 12 years old.
And python breeding pro Michael Cole. He sold his designer color mutations for as much as $25,000.
I've learned about reptiles the hard way. It was a passion.
They are the Python Hunters.
There's some good area.
The python hunters and their kids are obsessed with reptiles.
Keep your eyes open.
Today, the children are on a field trip hunting wild snakes.
Opens up here. This is nice.
All right, now we got to get in snake mode, guys. Everybody quiet, eyes open. Start looking for some pythons or anything else that slithers.
These junior python hunters all share one thing in common with their dads. They're desperate to be the first to spot a snake, but they've got to be careful. Around here, some snakes are venomous.
Snake!
Where?
Dad does a quick safety check.
Stay back. I don't know what it is. What is it? What is it?
Come on.
Don't let him get away.
Think he'll bite you?
No.
You might want to get a hold of that head before he gets up by your face.
Good catch, Bodie.
Thank you.
What is it?
A rat snake.
It's a yellow. Don't let him twist like that. Don't let him twist. Get up there. Get him by the head.
Rat snakes are non-venomous, but they can be aggressive.
Good job.
Ooh, look at that. Look at it.
All right.
Look at that little guy. He wants a piece of you, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't let go.
You gave your daddy the good end. He just got mussed again. That's what he loves, man. Make sure you can breathe. Loosen up just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
He's not gonna let go now till you let go. Is he gonna eat it or let go of it?
I say eat.
Look, I see some feeding response there.
Look,
Oh, look, he's going up the finger. Hey, Lane.
There you go.
I thought you just lost a finger, Lane. I was going to tell you to stick his finger in its mouth, but you didn't even have to. You know what the nice part about this is that it's a yellow rat snake, and he's indigenous to Florida, so we can let him go.
Okay.
Found a good spot. He was right in here. Get him off the trail. Anybody else want to hold
The
him?
yellow rat snake can grow up to 2 meters. This one's young and still on the short side, but it'll grow on a diet of rodents and birds.
Hey, nice job, Bodie. Little python hunter, huh?
All right, let's get a berm.
Catching a native species is an encouraging sign the ecosystem is healthy, and it's good practice for the important job of capturing harmful invasive species like the Burmese python. Back in town, the world's coolest and most exotic reptiles have invaded Orlando.
All right.
Load in the back here?
Yeah, we're going right in this door on the other side of this trailer right here.
It's called Repticon, and it's an event for breeders who make their living buying and selling lizards and snakes.
That's beautiful.
Displays slither with one-of-a-kind treasures, while titans and more manageable critters woo the crowds.
I'm going to unload inside so I can move the van and...
All right, we'll meet you at the table.
As usual, Greg is showing off Jack, his remarkable albino alligator. And he can't help making mischief with Sean's main attraction, Precious, the first ever baby albino alligator bred in captivity by a private breeder.
I'm suspicious after he just said that, since I was outside, that I'm gonna open this up and you morons have done something with it.
Why would we do? Why would we do? Are you kidding me?
What do you got in your pants, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
What's Sean's gator doing in your pants?
You gotta watch him.
I can't believe that he left that here unlocked under the table, walked out.
Did he manhandle you?
You'd think
Did he manhandle you?
Despite lots of trying, Greg hasn't been able to breed albino babies yet, so a little jealousy is understandable.
When are you gonna make me some of those? Tired of hearing Sean's mouth.
Don't let him get too close. Things to come. Don't worry, Precious won't eat him.
What are they eating?
Oh, they're eating crickets and minnows and croc chow, and they eat everything.
Baby Precious and 6-year-old Jack are two of only 50 albino alligators in existence. But Jack's size and gentle demeanor make him a bigger hit with the kids.
How much does he weigh?
Enough that I don't want to hold him all day. That's why he's got his playpen here.
80 pounds?
Probably 60 or 70. Yeah, I don't need kisses there.
For snake breeders and exotic animal exhibitors, this event's not only a chance to show off priceless pets, it's a place to make deals, meet the public, and schmooze the competition.
Got something special.
These are spectacular. Did you put a price on these guys?
How do you price on there's only one of?
I don't know, but I got a bunch of dead presidents here.
For the python hunters, it's an opportunity to educate the public and reach out to their fans. In Florida, it seems nobody's too young to love a snake.
This is the snake show.
Yep, this is the snake show. So you guys happy to be here? You like doing snake shows with your dad? What's your favorite snake in here?
That one.
That one? That's your favorite one, the albino, huh? That's one of the babies that I hatched out at my house.
Yeah, you got a cool snake.
Now, is this a boy or girl, do you know?
Boy.
That's a boy. Well then, since he came from, does he have a name yet?
No.
Well, since he came from my house, why don't you call him Mr. Greg?
Are you weird?
Yes, I'm a little weird.
Sean's wife, Jen, wants to start her own ball python breeding project, but there's a lot to learn.
What's this yellow one called? The light colored one?
That one? That is a caramel glow. It's a caramel albino ghost.
Sean's a reptile expert, but here, even he can pick up some practical pointers.
When you look at these two snakes, what's the difference?
Well, there's not as much yellow in this one as there is that one.
Right? But as babies, right out of the egg, how difficult is that to tell?
Very.
Oh, I imagine.
As babies, you can't tell. You have to wait till they shed like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really?
And then the color comes through.
And as more and more snake combinations are made with 3 genes and 4 genes and 5 genes, it's impossible to tell what's in it until it gets older. So one of the challenges for breeders is, what do you sell it for?
In Florida, exotic reptiles are big business. Annual python sales alone can reach $10 million. But strict regulations to keep exotics out of the wild are hurting everybody.
There's a lot of legislation. There's a lot of people that don't like what we do. And I think, honestly, they don't understand what we do.
The python hunters work hard with state and federal agencies to promote responsible ownership.
This is our opportunity to have a national and possibly international platform so people can see the positive aspects of the reptile industry and what all of us do.
Show over. The guys get back to doing what they do best, hunting Burms. When Burmese pythons escape or are intentionally released into Florida's Everglades, they can grow to become prolific breeders. One female was found carrying 85 developing eggs, well over the average of 36. Now the python hunters are hot on the trail of another legendary female. She could be as large as 5 meters and weigh 45 kilos. But one thing's certain, this mother Burm's been making plenty of babies.
Be perfect territory for a snake.
Over a 20-year lifespan, she could hatch as many as 500 young. Not all survive, but enough become breeders themselves, and the cycle continues.
Look at that in the sun, right in the sun. There's a baby berm.
The python hunters need to stop mother berm now, so her babies don't threaten Florida's native species.
Oh, yeah.
Got him.
The smallest berm I've ever seen.
That's this year's.
He's a hatchling. Look, his
Oh, look,
umbilicus
still
is
got the scar.
Today, they're searching a known Burmese python hotspot, an 1,800-hectare property in the Everglades known as Arrowjet Road.
I found a 12.5-footer up in the front, north of the gates.
The guys have recruited some extra help.
Two? You found a big one and then the small male?
Yeah, about a 9-foot male. Looked like he'd been run over. He had an old hump in his back.
Fellow python hunters Mark Bell and Jeff Fobb have come along to help search this vast area.
There's a gator right over there.
Female.
Big girl.
Getting that sun. Same thing these pythons should be doing. We've got permission to get in here in this old aquaculture facility. There's just a ton of abandoned buildings and stuff. And check it out, because there's a lot of cover. Got a vertebrae from a berm. Only partial. I don't know where the rest of it is, but...
It's definitely Burmese.
Here's another piece of it. Some more vertebrae.
This is not big enough to be our mama we're looking for.
Here's more.
See, I knew we brought Mark along. He's a good bird dog.
Piled debris and metal fish tanks are good hiding places, but covered structures offer something more.
You know what abandoned buildings draw in?
Rats.
Rats. And rats draw in snakes.
It's the perfect environment for mother berm to thrive.
See the rat traps everywhere?
There's half of a rat in that thing over there.
Here, we know that there's at least one big female that's still producing in this area that made it through the cold snap. If we can take her out of here, that's a good population that keeps coming back every year that we can stop.
Like always, I think it's about covering as much ground as we can, so we get moving, we get on it.
Suddenly, something catches their eye.
Look at these gator drags. This one's pretty fresh here. Look how deep this is.
Goes all the way to the water from side to side. They're just using this as a bridge.
Hey, look at this. That is a python crawl. You think that could be our mama?
It could be. It wasn't in a hurry. It's a nice straight path it's taken, so it's not going back and forth trying to get out of anybody's way.
That's 9. This is 5 to 6 inches right here.
I'm looking at the narrowest width right here. That's still a good distance. I mean, this could easily be the mother.
No, she went water to water. Came out over there and back into the drink over here.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to use the water for temperature regulation as well as getting from point A to point B. They can move through it, but look at what she went into. I mean, talk about a needle in a haystack.
The big snake may have ventured into hostile territory, but berms are well equipped to survive here, even with the American alligator as their competition. Fights between these two apex predators are epic and deadly. A berm as big as the mother would have no trouble stretching her jaws around a young alligator. This invasive python could easily threaten the balance of nature in an already sensitive ecosystem. Mother berm must be found.
Well, nothing here.
Holes all over in there.
Oh, really? Done nothing, huh?
Nope.
Next to the deserted fish farm is a marshy area where the guys hope to find the big berm basking in the sun.
Oh, yeah. Gotta move quick. Woo!
Hey, Sean, I found the mother lode. It's an armored catfish, sucker mouth. They've got little rasping teeth in there.
Are you gonna need a hand, Sean?
Oh, I'm good. I'm not stuck. I'm just resting.
Here you go. You want him? These are an invasive.
These are pretty animals.
Yeah, they are. They're beautiful.
I like them. They just don't belong. You know, they den by burrowing up into the mud and clay and everything to make their dens to spawn, and they'll tear a bank up.
Our permits do actually say non-native species collection permit.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that eats those things, but you know, it's not easy pickings because there's not a lot of meat and they're just encased in a nice sheet of armor.
Exotic armored catfish may be easy pickings, but the mother berm could be much harder to find.
This is a great spot to hide because there's a matted vine covering this whole area over here.
She could sit up in here for days and we would never, ever see her.
They can cover, they can bath, they can nest.
They got everything right here.
Got rats, yep.
Yeah, buffet that comes to them. This is Python Shangri-La here.
But this berm paradise isn't yielding up their grand prize. It's not long before the guys discover another unexpected creature.
You guys, check this out.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh my God.
Little bar now?
Yeah, my bet is he drowned.
I like them a lot better alive. That's a beautiful animal when they're alive.
Yeah.
Very regal, flying through the air.
Wow, this is unreal.
Suddenly, Greg spots something moving in the water.
I see it. Yeah, I see we're right in the middle.
Here he is. Here's a little red belly turtle right here, trapped in here. He's headed back that way under all that green goop.
He's gonna die in here.
He's right there.
Here he comes, here he comes.
All right, saved his life.
It's a nice male. Look at that.
Get him out of here, put him back in the regular pond.
Looks like it's holding up pretty good, though.
You can tell he's a male from these long toenails in the front. Just a beautiful animal and a native species, so we could take him out of here and put him back into the Everglades right on the other side of this wall and live a nice, happy life. Now you gotta fend for yourself. He's big enough that he doesn't have to worry about these little gators in here. He'll be fine. He'll make lots of babies and keep the ecosystem going.
The mother berm will live to see another day, but the python hunters have a backup plan.
I'd like to set up a cam right here.
The infrared game can up.
I think we need to regroup and come back and hit it again.
We keep hitting it. Eventually, we'll find it.
All right, folks, and now it's time for Florida's 5-day forecast. We got Tammy coming up here with the weather.
The next day, Sean wakes up to startling news. Winters come early.
The forecast for all of South Florida calls for more frost throughout the state over the coming week. Looks like we're in for another record cold winter.
Last year's cold stunned and killed a lot of reptiles. Today's hunt is all about catching green iguanas, too cold to make a speedy getaway.
These trees have just enough foliage, makes it tough.
Cold-blooded reptiles need sun to control their body temperature. With nighttime lows close to the freezing mark, they're fighting for their lives.
I haven't seen a single lizard out. I think our only chance is going to be to check some of those burrows along that bank, maybe up under the bridges here.
We're used to seeing them green.
Yeah.
They're going to be brown. They're going to be almost black. They're going to be so chilled.
It's getting colder as we stand here. Let's get moving.
I think we got everything we need.
Yeah, we're good. I got a temp gun. 33 degrees, 36. Yeah, I mean, that's cold.
In weather like this, hunters expect to find iguanas either frozen in burrows or recharging their batteries in the life-giving sunshine.
What's that?
It's an iguana right on the rock. Hey, we got an iguana.
They'll scare it in.
Yeah, it's on a rock right there.
If the guys are lucky, this iguana will be too cold to move a muscle, making it an easy catch for the eager crew.
Yes. Looking straight up at us, and he's moving.
Is he headed in the water?
He sees us. He's headed towards the water. He's in the water. Where'd he go?
What happened, fellas?
I can't believe he was moving at that temperature.
Somebody want to cross over and spot or check out that
Yeah,
bank?
if I get over there, I can probably see what's on this bank ahead of you guys.
Look for burrows on that side as well.
All right.
For the hunters, it's a race against time. The rising air temperature will revive and energize the iguanas.
Mikey.
2 iguanas.
2 iguanas in the ditch. On this side.
This side? Quick, Mikey's running. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
There's a burrow right there, diagonal across. You see it?
Whoa, big male right there.
That's the one that just swam up. It's still wet.
Yeah.
It's still wet.
Oh, I need backup on this call.
It's estimated that 1 million iguanas are imported as pets into the U.S. every year. But they need special diets and large enclosures, so many fail to survive in captivity.
Sean, you know the plan?
Yeah.
Got a little female right here, but I think that big male is going to be easier for him to flop over with
he's
the net.
higher. He's higher up.
Yeah.
So.
You and Sean are going to go around to that side. I'm going to line up on this side as a spotter. The lizard's facing this direction, so when he goes, he's going to go that way. So I'm going to line you up a little bit to my left, which will be your right.
Mike, flip your net. Wait, let's get that female.
Greg, need a spot on this one.
Sometimes, to catch a reptile, you have to mimic one.
So I'd lay the net backwards like this, Mikey, and do a full out.
Can you see her?
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't need me to spot.
Pull!
Get her!
Yeah, I got it! All right! Yeah! All right, man, we got it. Man, I didn't say pull my leg off.
Well, you said pull.
Yeah, well, yeah, not off.
How's that? Ooh, she's cold.
Yeah, she is. The only thing that's moving is her eyelids.
She's sucking in all that body heat from Mikey.
Let me see what she's got just on her hands right here, because those felt ice cold. We got 58.
Try right here, try back.
All right, we got 67 on her back.
You cannot tell me at this temperature that she has any digestive activity going on. She, you know,
No.
I mean, she, if anything, she's a little bloated. You see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
a beautiful animal.
If she was warm and you know, healthy on a warm day, she would be bright green. But, you know, she's dark.
I mean, look at those claws right there. That'll lacerate you quickly.
I don't know what the heck I did, but yeah, I got something.
Cow. Look at that. Warming up, sweetie? Oh, yeah, warming up. This is one more female that male doesn't have in his harem, you know, which means that's several dozen baby iguanas that aren't going to make it, you know, into the wild from this female.
With another invasive captured, the python hunters take a break for some important work at home. For Sean, that means tending to his most prized snake. But this 4 1/2 meter long Burmese python isn't on Sean's hit list.
Oh, that's nice.
His name's Fluffy, and he's been a special part of Sean's family for decades.
Let go, Fluff. Let go. Come on. Hold still.
For 23 years, Fluffy's helped educate thousands of kids, and he's wormed his way into Sean's heart. When the weather's nice, Sean likes to take Fluffy for a crawl.
Good for you. Get you some sun. You're getting old. You get cold's easy. You're still pretty.
While Sean dotes over Fluffy, Michael's busy at his facility setting the mood for another kind of reptilian love.
Love is in the air. Better be love in the air in here.
It's winter, and for captive bred ball pythons, that means breeding season. Michael's put a lot of work into this dating game. He plans to make snakes nobody has seen before.
All right, buddy. your girlfriend. Go get her, make me some babies.
He could make hundreds of thousands of dollars selling the babies.
I don't know if anybody's made lavender genetic stripes or not, but this would be a very nice year to do that.
Michael and Lisa like to pair the frisky snakes together, but they don't always see eye to eye on the right way to get them in the mood.
Oh yeah, look at that. She's looking ripe. Yeah, guys.
Ripe? Really? I don't know if ladies like that.
Go figure it out there, Putty.
Are you giving any words to the ladies? All I hear is, yeah, get in there, go boy, and...
Some males are very amorous, and they're really good breeders and constant. They eat during breeding season, and they breed just about every time you put them in with a girl. And some males, they're new, they're young, or they're just not interested, or they go off of food too fast, and then you have to stop breeding them early.
Although they expect the snakes to breed, seeing them entwined is a welcome relief.
Yes, we've got a successful lockup here.
When snakes do it, they look like pretzels.
Perfect tail tie right there. They're in love and in coitus. And I do not want to be coitus interruptus.
Chores done. The guys return to Aerojet Road. A fresh snake trail has convinced them that Mother Berm's still in the area. Now they need visual confirmation.
Technology is amazing. Get this infrared camera.
No, these field cameras are great. They've got a like really highly sensitive motion and IR detector on them. So anything, this one's set to like 50 feet. So anything that moves in front of this camera in a 50-foot cone will trigger this thing to take it a digital image.
Where do you guys want to put it?
Basically, they're coming, you know, right along this, almost along this mound right here, going right down into the water here. So probably this corner.
You got that hammer?
I think you need it.
Nope.
Well, we need to get a little lower than that, or is that low enough?
No, that's low enough because it pans out.
Oh, okay. It's a wide angle.
The whole sensor is a cone.
So it's a wide angle lens.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Now if somebody just doesn't run off with it, we're good.
It's got a lock on it. They'll never figure out they can just pick it up.
Now all the python hunters can do is wait and hope something big triggers it.
I found a live animal. These things are all over the place. When we're out picking apples in the fall, the farmers tell us that the more black on the caterpillars means the harsher the winter's gonna be.
Yeah. That's a lot of black.
We're in for a badass winter.
With a cold wind blowing, the guys are ready to turn tail when they spot something.
Michael! Michael! Mikey! I got a dead boa. He's biting himself.
What do you got?
Dead boa.
Check this out, man. This wasn't here last time because we checked this pile.
And look, it's biting itself.
Wow.
This thing's cold. Feel this. It's like icy cold.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen that before? As they start to die, they're going to death throes, they're lashing out and freaking out.
That's pretty sad.
The boa constrictor is another unwanted species. It can grow over 3 meters long and weigh over 27 kilos. Boas are rarely found in southern Florida. They come from tropical Central and South America, where they're tolerated around homes to control rat infestations.
Wow, that's not what I expected to find here.
No.
You know, I'm looking for straight Burmese pythons.
You know, even if this snake were alive right now, and tonight it's supposed to be down to 32 or 33, it would make it.
Once you get into the interior North America, hardly any of this tropical stuff can survive. I mean, it doesn't have a chance.
Boa constrictors are popular collectibles in Florida. How this one arrived on Aerojet Road remains a mystery, but one thing's certain, it doesn't belong here. With the motion camera standing sentry, the guys head off for another green iguana hunt, this time at night.
All right.
Hunting by the moonlight. Check out that moon, boys.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hit those bushes.
Right here, right here.
Green iguanas are tree dwellers. They seldom come down except to mate, lay eggs, bask, and graze.
See it? That tree right there. It was right there that he's on. Could have just moved in a little bit. See if we can get it from a different angle. Turn around, Greg. See if we can get it from a different light. There's one. There it is right there. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the one right there. So nose right up in there, and I'm gonna shake it out.
It's gonna jump.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna crawl up in there. It looks like a relatively slender tree.
Steep.
Oh, it just went. You got it? Get it!
I can't see it.
Here's the net, Greg, here's the net.
I don't see the lizard.
Did it almost hit you?
It came down over there.
In the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's load up and find another one.
A night hunt poses special challenges, but using lights to confuse the iguanas increase their chances of a capture.
Look right there. Back there.
Yep. Greg, spin it around. Whoa. She's awake. She's awake. She's moving.
Still there?
Yeah. It's moving. Get ready.
Okay.
It's moving.
Right.
It knows we're here.
Coming down.
Get it!
I get that. Got it.
Get it!
Yep.
Get up under it.
Hold on.
I got the tail.
You getting up under it?
Hold on. Yeah.
Gotta get the net out of there.
Yeah. Hold on. I got the back legs. Let me get. Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Look at that. Nice.
There we go. Look at the forearms on that thing. It looks like Popeye.
That is a pretty animal. That female is living fat and happy.
This iguana appears in excellent health, apart from one minor injury.
This tail regrows. The vertebrae in their tail will separate. The tail keeps wiggling, and the animal runs away. The tail keeps wiggling to keep whatever predator's after it, focuses on this tail wiggling, and the animal runs away. But you can definitely see with that break in the ridge exactly where it stops and goes out through with the regenerated tail.
Let's bag this beautiful thing up and keep motoring.
In Central America, green iguanas are hunted and eaten. People refer to them as tree chickens. But this lucky girl is nobody's dinner. She's going to become Greg's son Lane's new pet. Over at Michael's house, Greg's daughter Lexi is ready to pick a pet of her own. She wants a big monitor lizard, but there's lots of options to consider.
All of these are juveniles. None of these are adults, so they have lots of years of growing ahead of them. This is called a blue tree monitor. They have razor-sharp toes.
The best way not to get bit is to let them keep walking through your hand.
You sure you don't want to hold him?
I'm sure.
He's kind of cool.
If you're not comfortable, that's okay. We won't push it on you. This is a green tree monitor.
He looks fast.
And if he were mad, he would take the hind legs and he'd wrap them around my arm and he'd rake. And that hurts a lot.
Well, they look pretty fast and like they would claw you, and I don't want that.
Michael has 4 species of monitor lizard for Lexi to choose from.
See that? Yep, that's what gives them their name, is the peach throat. And these guys
Gonna bite
are
me.
prone to bite. Yeah.
If I get bit, I'll just scream. Okay, don't
Mom,
bite
if
me.
it bites you, I'm gonna laugh.
Lexi, I don't think we want this one.
I don't. I don't like that mouth.
Monitors can be frisky and aggressive. Lexi will need courage to own one.
There you go. Now you got him. Now let him go from hand to hand. Your hands. No.
Hey, if you can't deal with this, how
I'm afraid he's gonna pinch me with his nails or something.
He's not, baby.
There's only one monitor left in the box. For Lexi, it's now or never.
This is a baby black roughneck monitor. They have this beautiful little raptor-type face. These guys just hang out.
I like that lizard.
Now how big does that get?
They'll also get about 5 feet. It's a body about the size of an orange.
Right.
And 2.5 feet of body and another, 2.5 feet of tail.
Finally, Lexi chooses. Despite its name, the black roughneck monitor is quite gentle. Now, Greg needs to settle on a mellow price.
My question to you
is, what can you trade me?
How many ball pythons are these going to cost me?
I don't know. I have to look at your list.
2 days have passed since the guys visited Aerojet Road. It's time to see if the mother berm was ready for her close-up.
See any tracks?
No. Let's see what we got in here, man.
They're about to see if something triggered the camera. Out here, it could be anything, a Florida panther, an American alligator, or even the mother burn.
A little blurry, I couldn't tell.
All right, come back and check it out again.
A solitary crow wandering past the camera isn't what the python hunters were expecting.
Yes, that's Python Hunter.
You ready?
Yeah, we're ready to rock in this boat.
With no berm to boast about, the guys set their sights on a different target, the invasive Nile monitor lizard.
Let's go.
The hunters usually need net guns to bag them. But with the cold weather slowing the lizards down, the guys think they have a good chance of catching the big Niles bare-handed.
The first big male we saw was right there, right in that opening. Yeah, big male. I got nothing.
Anybody see him?
No.
I think he went down in a hole.
Oh, we've got a Nile monitor right there.
Straight on that log.
Head.
His head's going that way.
Great.
That's gonna be a hard catch. Oh, he's moving. No, he's slinking into the bushes. No, he's coming back down towards us.
Hey, we gotta move.
Well, let's get up there. We can get maybe we can get a hand on that tail.
Yeah, I got a tail.
You got a tail?
Yeah. This right here, there you go. There, he's coming. There, hold on. Hold on. Oh, he got me. Hold it. I got him. Oh, he's got a plastic thing around his neck. Trash. Look at that.
What is that? God, look at that. Look at it. It's cutting into the flesh right here.
Hang on, I got a Leatherman here. Somebody wants to grab that. We can get it off there.
That would suffocate him at some point and cut off the blood flow to his head.
The native wildlife gets that stuff wrapped around their necks, too. I think that hurts. You hear me went like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure it feels better to have that off.
And you know they eat prey, which they gulp it down and expand that gular sac, that throat. But he couldn't do that. He basically had a collar on his neck that couldn't expand.
He probably had to spit out a number of prey items that he tried to swallow that he just couldn't get down. People thought we were just python hunters.
We're lizard catchers, lizard diggers.
You name it, man.
Although they saved this Nile from a slow, painful death, its fate is sealed by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. Authorities must find invasives new homes or euthanize them. But with no takers for this wily Nile, Sean does the next best thing. He donates its body to science. Back at his lab, Sean and wife Jen perform a necropsy.
Maybe if it's a male, typical, they smell worse.
Has some fat, been eating something.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have as much mass to it.
It's much thinner.
At least she is eating, even with that constriction on her neck. I bet she's had that around her neck for more than a year or so.
Right, I was gonna say.
She's grown into it. It could be 2 years, 3 years.
The plastic ring made it impossible for the Nile to swallow substantial prey.
So we find a cricket leg, a cricket head, and if I was this big animal, that's not very much mass, very much food to eat.
Yeah, that's not nutrient-rich prey item.
Sean documents the necropsy for his research on invasive species, and then for comparison, brings in another Nile which was feeding normally. He wants to know what these cunning predators typically feed on.
I think we got a stomach full. Look at this. It ate recently. You want to do the honors, or?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I like it. Let's see what we got. Eggs. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Nothing but eggs. Oh, yeah. And now, what is that exact size and shape of egg remind you of what we have here?
Iguanas.
Iguanas.
Yeah.
4, 5, 14, 15, 16, 17 green iguana eggs. The big problem for me on these is the American crocodile because of this right here. My concern is that these things, being egg eaters, will go in and they will depredate the nest of the American crocodile and wipe out the new generations.
The necropsy provides Sean with valuable new information. Nile monitors are eating the eggs of another of Florida's invasive reptiles, the green iguana. But elsewhere in his facility, the news isn't good. Sean's beloved python is clinging to life in intensive care. Fluffy is seriously ill.
He just doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Poor Fluff. 23 years old, got an upper respiratory. This guy is producing, look at this, producing massive amounts of mucus. They've got to hack it up. They've got to bring it up, you know? And, but you look at this and it's nasty.
It's horrible.
Upper respiratory infections are common in old birds like Fluffy. Cold and wet weather are often to blame. Bacteria's filling his lungs and he's not responding to Sean's treatments. Losing Fluffy would be a huge blow.
This animal has been utilized for massive numbers of educational presentations and, you know, to educate kids. He's had thousands of kids, you know, that have learned from him. And who do we use as a replacement? Who do we use for an animal to bring out and educate kids with and get people connected to it in a tactile, you know, personal manner?
As many animals as get dropped here, eventually someone will drop one that's a well-behaved Burmese that we could trust, you know, around kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I hear you.
I don't know.
You know, it sucks. It sucks that his final reward is that he gets old and his immune system gets depressed, and then, you know, ultimately we probably have to put him down.
Right. I know, but he's like a part of our family.
It's about quality of life.
For Fluffy, only time will tell. Refusing to give up their search for the mother berm, the hunters return to Aerojet Road. They're determined to stem the tide of fresh hatchlings before next year. If the cold doesn't kill her, the guys want to be sure she's either dead, captured, or removed. They're back at the abandoned fish farm and discover demolition underway.
There was all kinds of debris and stuff piled up there. Well, they may have loaded up a berm or two in those dumpsters.
And just the vibrations alone from this equipment is enough to displace, you know, a big animal.
So if she's still alive, she's gonna have to either push out in the glades or find something close by.
Crews are working to restore the land back to nature.
Hey, boss, how you doing? All right, how you doing? Not too bad. Hey, we're out here, we work with FWC and that, looking for pythons. You haven't seen any?
Yeah, a little baby one.
Baby?
About 1.5 foot. I let him go.
Really? You haven't seen any larger ones?
Nah, a guy was out here the other day, said he killed like a 9-footer across the street.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? So just a baby.
Is that what y'all out here doing, hunting snakes?
Hunting pythons, that's right.
Y'all got any yet?
Yeah, we've gotten quite a few off this area. We know there's a big female out here, which is what we were kind of looking, and we know she's in this area because 2 years in a row we found hatchlings up and down this area right here.
Yeah, it's probably one of her babies I found.
Where did you find that little hatchling?
Right here where this track over here.
Really, right where this old trailer sat?
Yeah, it was in the pile. I picked it up and I seen it hanging down from my box and I pulled him out.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. So yeah, I mean, we found hatchlings right here before, 2 years in a row.
How big is it? You know?
There's a lot of alligator drags and there's a big python crawl. And just from that crawl alone, pretty substantial.
Probably 12 to 15 feet at least.
Big girl. Thanks for the info. We just thought we'd see what you knew.
Yeah, if y'all catch one, man, bring it by. I want to see it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you know.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
Thanks.
In the next 50 years, it's estimated Florida's population growth could displace as much as 3 million hectares of forest and wetlands. Turning old facilities like these back into green areas is a welcome sight. But demolition can scare off snakes.
You know, that big female could have got pushed into here. There's a lot of cover.
Yeah, I mean, with all the construction going on around here, I mean, this would be one of the last places of dense cover for.
Where are you hiding, Big Mama?
Anything?
No.
All right, well, let's keep looking. I mean, these guys have got this cleared, so ain't gonna find anything right here.
After searching the remaining habitat for anything they can tie to Mother Berm, the guys return to check their camera before a severe thunderstorm washes it away.
I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah, check it out, man. Let's see what we got.
Lots of birds. Birds are keeping us busy.
Well, we do know that we've got at least 2 years' worth of babies from one big girl.
I'm curious to see if we've got a monster here.
Oh, well, back to the snake hunts.
To capture the Mother Berm, the hunters have one final option: to take their search to its deepest level yet, underground.
Look at this cavity. Hey, this burrow over here would actually be really good for that cam.
Okay, we're recording. So this looks like it might be a snake hole?
No, yeah, it looks
Oh,
it looks
wow,
like
that's a big old cavern.
Well, not only that is, all the other ones around here have all this down and dead cane and grass and everything around it. This one's clear. Something's moving in and out of this thing.
There's no cobwebs or anything in there.
No, I know. It's
Poking around in burrows is risky business. Venomous diamondback rattlers could lurk in places like this.
To the right.
My right or the camera right?
Camera right. Straight ahead. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, another cavern there. Well, that's a great place for something to hide.
The corner of this rock right here is 83 degrees right off the corner of that rock. We come right in here to this shaded area. We've got 47, 46 degrees. Well, the problem is if they take cover to get in there in that dark area during the night to cover down, are they gonna have enough warmth and energy to get back out to that sun, that area that's 83 degrees?
People don't understand. They say, well, if a native snake or lizard can survive this temperature, why can't an invasive tropical? And the answer is they have not evolved with the instincts and mechanism to seek out cover from the cold. They don't know what cold is.
All right, man, that's the last place we saw some sign of a big Burmese python.
They head back to the land bridge in hopes of picking up more clues.
More gator drags. Gator drags, but nothing else. Some old ones.
I'll be real surprised if we find another python slide here.
Fresh gator slides, 2 of them real new.
This one right here is real recent. Oh, check these footprints out right here.
Oh, 2 nice ones right there, look at that.
On either side of that slide. And then you got them going back into the water here. 4 toes there, the heel comes all the way back to here. That's a good-sized gator.
Yeah, these are perfect. That old track from that Burmese we found, she's moving back and forth over the same exact land mass into the same water as these gators. She's playing Russian roulette.
Warm, she hangs out in that same area. She's gonna be spaghetti.
We're gonna find her in a gator turd.
It really doesn't matter if we get rid of her, Mother Nature gets rid of her with the cold, or if one of these gators grabs a hold of her, as long as she's not around next year to make babies.
Now, all that stands between a happy ending for Aerojet Road and closing the case on Mother Berm is a body, dead or alive. If they can't find a Berm corpse, the hunters will need to find something else. The big gator that left its track on the land bridge next to the berms. That's the only Everglades predator big enough and strong enough to have killed and eaten the Mother Berm.
That's a true python hunter right there.
For these canals, I've never seen anything this big right here. That's a berm killer. That's what that is.
That's the berm killer here.
He's gargantuan.
Oh, yeah. Look at the gut on that thing. Berms are spaghetti to that.
Greg's certain the Mother Berm lost her turf battle to this large predator.
You know, you talked about these berms. They swim on the water, they're dinner. They swim under the water, they're dinner. They don't have a choice, man. I mean, something like that, there's not a berm alive that is gonna take that down. Talk about vigilante. He's got 24/7 watch out here.
You know, we come out here, when we get out here, he's watching these canals. Anything moves on this canal, he knows it.
It's hard to compete with an animal so efficient as a gator when we're hunting python.
That's all right. I don't mind the help.
Next on Python Hunters. The hunters are on the lookout for some new Everglades invaders.
Oh my God, look at them all.
The green iguana and the African rock python.
Very, very magnificent animal and very misunderstood.
Plus, the prolific and powerful Burmese python.
When they feel threatened, they're gonna come out shoot.
Burmese pythons have invaded Florida. To eradicate them, the state's issued 15 special permits to snake experts. And these men got permits 1, 2, and 3. Biologist Sean Heflick has been chasing, studying, and breeding reptiles his entire life.
I've never been afraid of snakes.
Exotic reptile breeder and cop Greg Graziani knows his pythons inside and out.
I got my first Burmese python when I was 12 years old.
Python breeding pro Michael Cole has sold his designer color mutations for as much as $25,000.
I've learned about reptiles the hard way. I didn't go to school for it. It was a passion.
Now these snake breeders are defending the Everglades. They are the Python Hunters.
Hey, python! You got one? Yeah, a little one. Right here, in this thicket. Guys, you coming?
Not far, I can't get through here. I'm 4 feet away and I can't get to you. You got it?
Where you at? Right here. You tagged me a couple of times.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, we got you again.
Yeah, he's wrapped around that wood. Yeah, we got it.
Ooh, got him.
Ow.
There you go.
Oh.
Watch your face.
I love you, baby. Want kisses? Kiss it, baby. Clean looking animal, but he's got some bite wounds or something on his neck. A bit of scarring in that.
Not surprising, given this carnivore has only its powerful jaws to grab hold of both predators and prey.
Awesome little dude.
Right here in this sun patch as I walk through. Don't do that, not on the thumb. No, not on the thumb, buddy.
It's also not surprising that this species from Southeast Asia has taken hold in the Everglades.
Get some temps, Craig. You know, because he was in that sun.
88 degrees on the head.
Wow, yeah. So he's sitting here warming himself up. Perfect location.
These cold-blooded creatures need the heat for building energy.
And I think I rattled that, branch.
Right.
Boom. Oh.
This habitat offers ideal cover to hunt or hide.
Wipe your hand and one more down.
Good stuff. Land's starting to come together.
More than 1/10 of the animal species living in the Everglades don't belong here. Florida Fish and Wildlife estimates that this already fragile ecosystem is home to hundreds of invasive mammal, fish, reptile, and bird species. Plus, over 1,000 exotic insect and plant species. Nearby Miami is an international port with a large exotic animal trade. So some of the foreigners came to Florida by accident, but some were introduced on purpose. Because of the hospitable climate, diverse habitats, and limited predators, most are thriving, But one in particular is getting all of the bad press.
I know there's huge hysteria because these are snakes. Out of the 453, 457 non-native species that FWC monitors, we're only worried about one. And that's the Burmese python.
Dispelling that hysteria has the python hunters on a mission.
We need to tread carefully, we need to go slowly, and we need to figure out before spreading mass hysteria what really is going on with these populations out there. There's no doubt they shouldn't be there. Nobody's gonna argue that. They're exotic, they don't belong, but they're not necessarily the alligator that ate Manhattan. How do these Burmese pythons fit into the ecosystem? What are they eating? What's eating them? Well, we know they're generalists. They can pretty much take anything. They're taking small mammals, the rats and rabbits, birds. They've taken alligators.
Is there any other data at this point that there is a decline in another species due to these pythons?
We know that these pythons have eaten at least one wood stork and at least one blue heron. But we also know that wood storks and blue herons eat a lot of snakes.
And then we've got the American alligator. That's the big boy out there. That's the one that eats adult burms as well as juveniles and anything in between. It's definitely, I think, going to benefit that population.
But there's no research on it.
The hunters are performing a necropsy on a berm killed by cold weather for a close-up view of the adaptations that have made it so successful.
We can speculate that there'll be absolutely no problems or that the problems will be horrific, but what do we have to look at to figure that out?
Maybe no one would notice if the pythons stayed in the wilds of the Everglades, eating rats and rabbits. But they don't.
You could see that dog was barking and barking. We know something's wrong.
Rafael Gonzalez thought it was crazy when his daughter told him what she smelled in the chicken coop.
I already got like the sense of the smell of them. And you know what? They smell like snake around here. And the next day when we came, the snake was right there in the back.
And one of her ducks is gone. An easy meal for a large constrictor that squeezes the life out of its prey. Michael knows firsthand the strength of a Burmese python.
I can describe what it's like to be attacked by a python pretty good, because I was grabbed by a 12-foot Burmese python and wrapped up. It was my own mistake. I was feeding the animal, and it got a hold of my hand instead of the prey. And when it wraps up around its prey, it squeezes. It squeezes. Every time you breathe out to take a breath, it tightens. Eventually, what happens is you cannot breathe in anymore. And that's how it eventually suffocates its prey.
What makes these things so powerful is not that they have copious amounts of muscle. You see how they tie in at a cross section, right?
Yeah.
They literally make a cross hatchwork. And that's what makes them so powerful, is the way their muscles contract and are tied into the ribs and then to the spinal column. It's a ratcheting system. You know, it locks it into place.
Burmese python, 12.5 feet long, is not big enough to suffocate me. Had I not known what I was doing, and if I were a smaller person, could have been a pretty tricky spot to be in.
Like the one the Gonzalez family was facing. Stuck in their fence was a snake, thick with their missing duck, swallowed whole.
When they eat the duck, they was like this.
The family decided to attempt to capture it.
When we corner an animal like that, when they feel threatened, they're gonna come out, you know, shooting, so to speak.
And she tried to bite me, and she bite the wood. She bite the wood. You know, we look and look.
We're able to pull her out, okay, but she tried to get away from us. But at the same time, when we were pulling her around, she started losing like fluid. It was like urine or something, and it smelled, but it was like an oil.
It's spewing all over the place. Ah!
They have glands that they'll secrete this foul-smelling odor. And if you're a predator and you get that in your face, or you get that, and God forbid you get it in your mouth, you're gonna think twice about devouring that thing.
The Gonzaleses got the python into a bin. With its energy completely depleted by digestion, the snake regurgitates its prey as an escape tactic.
This is her mouth right here, and this is the duck. And here's when we called the fire department, and they came to pick her up. This is the snake itself. I'm afraid, especially for my animals, my dogs, okay? Because they're small dogs. She was able to get a duck. I know my dog is just perfect dinner for her.
The Burmese python's occasional appearances in urban and suburban areas has got the state officials' attention. But no one truly knows what impact this invasive species is having on a much more vulnerable environment, the Everglades.
Yes, Officer Cohen, this is Michael Cole, one of the python hunters. We're going to be going out doing a hunt today.
It was almost a joke when Michael approached the commissioners and said, we need to take the Everglades back. And one of the commissioners said, are you willing to go out and hunt pythons? And Michael said, yeah, I've got more people with me that are willing to help.
I'm permit number 1, 2, and permit number 3.
And the commissioners were like, well, it looks like we've got 3 guys that are serious that can go out, collect these snakes, get the data we need to see exactly what, if any, detriment they are to the environment. And that's pretty much how the team got put together.
Slow down, slow down.
Oh, what are you hollering about, man?
Oh, nothing, just a burp.
Look at that.
I walked not 20 feet from here.
Coming towards this log.
I don't think I'd have seen it, but it was moving.
They can barely see it, and it can barely see them.
You know what? It's in a shed. It can't even see. Totally blued. It has no idea.
If I stand still, this snake will crawl right past me. Oh, he's deep in shed. Look at that.
Yeah, that's so deep. I don't think you can see it, the damn thing.
As snakes grow, their skin doesn't. So they need to shed their skin as often as several times a year. The clear scales that cover their eyes dry out and appear to turn blue. For that time, they are nearly blind and have to rely on their heat sensing to know when another animal is near.
He doesn't even know that's my foot. He senses something. Look at him sniffing.
He also's got that heat sensing. He just realized a big, massive animal just got in front of him. And look what he did. He immediately rerouted himself.
Yeah. You know, in this state, that snake is defenseless. Almost defenseless. I mean, you can come within 2 feet of it and do whatever you want.
Yeah, predator would have no problem taking this animal right now. I tell you, this is pretty cool because we rarely get the opportunity to watch these guys like this. It's always run, snatch, grab, you know.
Because of the shed, I guarantee it. All because of the shed.
I can get some pics while he's, you know, while he's doing his thing.
This foreigner's survival is helped by its tan, brown, and black camouflage, blending it seamlessly into the glades grasses.
In his viewfinder, I can't see him. I mean, I know where he's at. I have to look with my naked eye and see that one section.
For the capture, Michael's snake catching technique is one that should only be used by experts.
Typically what we'll do is grab the animal by the tail. And a lot of times at that point they get aggravated because they're being restrained and they want to know what has them. You can see this animal's being a little bit aggressive here. We can use this hook here to direct the head a little bit. There we go. And once we've got the animal behind the back of the head there, got him under control, we can control the tail, which again, you can see he's starting to musk and urinate and defecate. And the first thing they do is start to try and bite you, and then they start throwing loops around that head until you release it.
Half forgetting this isn't a tame snake.
Hey, you grab me by the neck like that, I'm gonna bite you too.
Snake's in good shape. Tell you, being a snake lover, sometimes it's difficult to not want to just let him go. Just let him go on his way.
Total, we had 89.
They don't belong in this ecosystem. We have to move them out of it. We have to take them into captivity, and that's what we've been charged to do by the Florida Fish and Wildlife. So we're gonna have to do that.
Vulnerable as it may be right now, at just over 7 feet, it's young, healthy, and time for this invader to go.
All right, let's get this one bagged and get going before it gets too hot out here. You got to do the bag?
Do the damn bag. You can go deep. It's all right.
After nearly 2 decades of pythons breeding here, the hunters face an overwhelming task.
As far as the wild population of Burmese pythons here in Florida, there have been estimates anywhere from 3,000 to 117,000 out there in the wild. After going out and working for a number of months and capturing those animals, I honestly couldn't tell you how many are actually out there. But if I had to bet, the number's much closer to 3,000 than it is to 117,000.
The hunter's task today is to determine just how much damage invasive species are doing to the Everglades.
As far as the invasive reptile species in Florida, we really don't know if any of them are actually detrimental to the ecosystem or not. South Florida is now home to a number of species, both birds, fish, mammals, and reptiles, that are exotic and have been established.
That sun's feeling good.
We haven't got any studies back that actually show a decline in native species.
Man, box turtle shell.
You need to show that there's a decline in those species for there to actually be an ecological problem. So that's part of what we're here to figure out.
This is a native Florida box turtle shell. It's a neat little turtle, actually, that lives down here in South Florida. Rather rare to find anymore. They used to be very abundant, but crossing the road, and actually they make great pets, so they were collected up for pets in a lot of places. Now that state laws protected them, so we're not allowed to just take them. Poor guys probably died in the brush fire that came through here.
Brush fires are a natural process in the Everglades. Valuable for renewing the soil and the plant life, but deadly to any small animal unable to outrun them.
And it's amazing to me to see within a couple hundred yards, 3 of them. I haven't seen 3 Florida box turtles in the wild in the last 20 years. What do you got?
Turtle nest has been dug up.
It's a fresh one, which means there's got to be some good prey on this island for some berms. All the other turtle nests we found have been, really, dry and.
Oh, these are still, look at this. They still got yolk.
Yeah.
Look at that. That was probably dug up last night.
Oh yeah, it's not dried at all. The egg's still supple.
I still got a good egg in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't molest it.
But it wasn't a Burmese python that ate these turtle eggs.
Some mammal has more than likely found these eggs and scarfed down, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
The only
7.
mammalian predators that are gonna do that kind of damage is raccoon or possum.
Yep. I think the best thing we do, we don't know how many other eggs are down here, but is go ahead and cover this back up gently and go ahead and throw some of this foliage back over here and hopefully, maybe our scent will be enough to keep another raccoon or something out of here.
All right, I know this may sound crazy, but I'm gonna urinate around this thing to keep predators away from it.
Knock yourself out. I'm on the wrong side of this.
They don't like the scent of human. We're an alien in this landscape for the most part.
Hey, Sean, I got something right up your alley over here, buddy.
Smell, sight, we're just weird creatures.
I've got some feces.
Looks like 2 different piles, actually. This one, full of turtle eggs. Look at all this. And even better, we've got an insect wing. So whatever this was, it's a generalist.
It's an omnivore. And if you look here, got some telltale signs of hairs that look like possum hair, probably taken in from grooming.
So it's possibly a possum.
Yeah, unless a raccoon was grooming a possum.
That's a possibility.
I feel like I'm hunting with Elmer Fudd.
Well, I certainly would have expected it to be raccoons rather than possums.
But you know what? Possums are just a consummate omnivore. They just like to eat anything they can get a hold of.
Small mammals are ravenous and resilient and can upset this fragile ecosystem. But the hunters have a bold theory on what animal is balancing that.
These Burmese pythons may actually be slithering right into a niche that has been depressed, and that is the mesopredators or the middle predators. No one wants them there. We realize they don't belong, but they'd be doing a service. We've lost a lot of those predators, like the bobcats and the coyote, that would feed on the same thing, the rats and the raccoons and the rabbits down there.
This has got some good beetle parts all through it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are you guys finishing up here? I'm just backing away.
Now who's getting excited about a little feces, huh?
Here we go, look at this.
All right, that's very interesting. You guys enjoy the rest of your feces.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff. Let's go find something alive now.
The hunters travel to the edge of the Sawgrass Marsh to hunt through the knee-deep waters.
There's some snail eggs.
Yeah, those aren't native though. Those are the Asian apple snail eggs. Not supposed to be here.
That's all we got up by me.
Yeah, these things are out competing the indigenous one. You know, the indigenous ones are large, about twice the size, and white, just snow white. These are real easy to tell because they're pink and small.
Yeah, the native ones are, the egg itself is twice that size.
Well, you know, there's only one thing to do with these, right?
Shoot, all you have to do is drop them in the water at this point to drown, right?
Guaranteed better than that. Just squish them, be done with it. It's like caviar. It tastes like crap.
I'll take your word for it.
Water is way deeper than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing that goes on when we're out hunting snakes is truly finding them. Oh, squishy there. I mean, we put a lot of time and a lot of effort out there. We bust our butts. It's hot, it's mosquito-ridden. You know, there's lightning. We can get rained on. It's putting in the time on the ground, putting in the effort, sometimes painstakingly so. You're in sawgrass, you're in water, you're getting muddy, you're getting filthy.
Stuff is thick.
What are you two doing?
I think I just sucked a snail at my...
Oh, God, it's cold, man.
I think that there are some labors out there that we go through, but they're labors of love because we appreciate these snakes for what they are and how magnificent they are.
Dang, we don't catch anything. You're swimming back.
Swimming back? I got the key in my pocket.
Ah, this is gorgeous. Look at this, man. Nice, high and dry. This is female laying terrain right here, man.
Yeah, this is nice. At least look at that mound. That mound's 3 feet above water level.
Yeah. Nice sunspot right through the center here. Look at this.
What's that, Michael? Oh. He said that this reminds him where he used to bring his cousins when he was younger.
Wow. I'm not even gonna touch that, Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit too close to home.
Got me too.
You hang on. I got it.
All right.
Good job, Michael.
Good snag.
Good job,
was he
man.
floating, swimming?
Which way was he headed? Did you hurt something?
I broke a knee.
You got it? All right. It was worth it.
You all right?
Yep, I'll be fine. It was worth it for the cause, buddy. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
That's my snake.
Little frisky.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, let's bag this one.
You know what, though? Here's the kicker.
Oh, he got me, Lil.
Yeah.
He nicked me.
Oh, you'll be all right. Well, we've got 2 islands here. Obviously, this animal's moving from island to island. But this is your snake, right?
I wasn't expecting one out here.
But this is your snake, right?
Well, yeah.
100% your snake.
My God.
All right, just clearing that up, because we got to go back to the beast. We got to get all the measurements and everything. We'll give you a GPS.
You come back.
It's pretty simple. We're halfway between these 2 islands, so it's a real easy spot to mark.
So you come back
But
and get it.
it's your snake.
This guy's been out here probably since it was born, living in one of these tree islands and traveling back and forth, getting what it needs to eat. This is probably right around 2 years old, either a 2 or a 3-year-old. Just depends on how much food it's actually getting out here as to how fast he grows.
The hunters can guess at the approximate age of the snake by its size.
Hey, look at this. I mean, this animal is full of fatty bodies.
Back at the lab, the necropsy shows this snake was a healthy predator.
He's definitely been eating. We got all this fat stores over here.
Food intake is stored in fat deposits that run along the length of the snake's body.
Nothing in there.
Obviously, this animal is eating well enough, and they're efficient enough to only eat a few times.
Yeah, you know, we've heard that the media and others have put that out there, that they're talking about these animals eat daily and they're sucking down all this food. And we know that not to be true. It could be out there maybe only having to eat once a month. Maybe that constitutes 12, you know, fair-sized prey items. And maybe not even that many, because you look at the cooler months where they don't feed. So maybe that constitutes 8 or 9. It has done well to adapt to these newest surroundings.
Well, thanks to us, no more.
The average size of the Burmese pythons the hunters are capturing is around 9 feet, about 3/4 of their maximum length in the Everglades. So the hunters don't believe the opportunistic pythons are pillaging the Everglades of its endangered species. But what impact could the thousands of pythons be having on the rest of the ecosystem?
Anytime there's a large injection of a creature that gets to such immense size and preys on such a wide variety of animals, that there is a definite possibility of it becoming established, and especially in an environment such as the Everglades, where we got great weather year-round and lots of stuff to eat. It's a swallowtail kite, one of the most graceful birds of prey that there is. Fortunately, they nest high, and they don't hardly ever come to the ground except for when they're on prey, so the Burmese pythons shouldn't affect them too much. This guy just won't quit. Trying to get you?
Still?
He still wants a piece of that animal.
You know, there's a lot of speculation there about this wild population down there, and I think really the goal of what we're trying to do is the more pythons we catch, the more data we collect, and the better the science that comes out the other end is. And it helps us answer the valuable and critical questions that so many people have.
Greg, look at that gator right there. He's coming in for a Burmese python dinner. Sorry, buddy, you'll have to get the next one. This one's mine.
Most never questioned that the American alligator was the apex predator of the Everglades, until recently. In 2005, Everglades National Park Service made an incredible discovery. A Burmese python was found split open with the remains of a 1.8-meter long alligator inside. The photos crossed the globe, raising questions about who is the top predator in the Everglades.
When this picture came out, and then the media's imagination just ran wild. They want, you know, Godzilla, you know, versus the giant serpent.
And we know that not to be true. It's just an impossibility. And there are a lot of issues with this picture. And one is that, you know, this python swallowed this alligator alive, and then the alligator clawed its way out of the python. Anybody who's ever dealt with pythons in captivity knows that pythons do not eat live items.
Well, Burmese python can't crush on a 6-foot alligator skull.
Absolutely not.
My first thought when I saw this picture was, you know, here's a dead alligator that killed a Burmese python. The alligator skull was crushed, so it was either dead or dying, and the snake ate it.
And he's going to consume something that's already dead. He's going to take that chance before he's going to go after a live one and have to fight it to kill it and do that. So he'll try and eat something bigger.
Let's say a large gator comes along. You're this python sitting there trying to digest this massive meal, and he sees an opportunity. If you're under those conditions, now you become the disadvantaged prey item for a predator. And you have a bit of a struggle, and a gator being a gator rips your head and part of your neck off. Free meal, and he swims away with it.
One thing's 100% sure. If we get rid of the Burmese pythons out there, this can't happen again.
Florida's thousands of invasive plant and animal species cost the state hundreds of millions of dollars a year between the damage they cause and the efforts to control them. And now there's a new kind of python fish and wildlife officers need to contend with.
We're not just dealing with the Burmese python. We're talking about the African rock python.
Very, very magnificent animal. Incredible looking and very misunderstood.
The African rock python is the largest snake in Africa, and in the pet trade is mistakenly thought to be the most vicious of the giant snake species.
Unfortunately, the African rock python has gotten a bad name for being aggressive and nasty, and that's simply because very few people have ever worked with captive African rock pythons.
Since 2002, authorities have discovered 8 African rocks in a small area east of the Everglades, including a female with eggs. Thought to be once released pets, this discovery is raising fears of a new invasive population taking hold. Or worse, a combination Burmese and rock python?
Somebody came up with an idea. What if they got together and produced a super snake? Just to calm everybody's mind, there is no super snake out there. To get a natural population, even, you know, a misplaced population, to interbreed with another population is almost nil.
These kind of rumors have the python hunters frustrated.
I think the state of Florida right now, there's a lot of hysteria over, you know, exotic reptiles in the wild.
During the first half of the last century, Florida saw an unprecedented population surge. With the growing urbanization, planners drained the Everglades and rerouted them through more than 2,200 kilometers of canals. This disrupted existing habitats, creating new problems that then needed new solutions.
Hey, Greg!
Since their introduction in the 1930s, the cane toads may have had more of an impact on the Everglades than the pythons.
Oh, you got a bufu toad there, man. Another one of our alien invaders here.
Look at that boy. That's a big fatty, too.
They now number in the millions.
That guy's gonna have to come with us, another invasive animal here.
Well, this was introduced to control the cane beetle. Here's an animal that was introduced for a good purpose that turned out to really take over, and it's a big pest down here now.
Right.
It's kind of like chasing your tail. Well, we can fix this problem, but we're going to create 2 more.
Very few predators for this animal because of the poison glands. It secretes poison.
So I can squeeze him a little bit, and you can see the toxin coming out of there. An animal bites onto that, it gets some of this poison on it in his mouth. He's done. He's out of here. He's not going to finish eating it.
Yeah, looks like he's actually got some damage to one of his glands there. Like he's actually been bit by something. Well, we notice he's still here.
Yeah.
So those poison glands right there.
They must work. Now my son won't mind him coming home. Another neat little critter, but one that doesn't belong here. So let's get him removed.
All right.
The cane toads demonstrate that effective defense strategies are key to an invasive species' success, even for the smallest of them.
Fire ants are an impressive species. You know, they account for a massive amount of biomass destruction of native species. You see, they just go crazy when you disturb the nest. You can see how they just hunker down, sting, inject that venom. Pretty horrific if you were an animal that typically fed on indigenous ants. They have no natural predators here in the United States. And down in South America, strangely enough, flies regulate these things. The flies come in, they lay their eggs within the colony, they hatch out, and that's the way that fire ant populations are maintained. Here, they've got nothing. Nothing wants to eat these things. You really want to, put yourself in that situation, is if you eat somebody, chew fast. They're real acrid, they're real acidic, and not the best tasting of ants, without a doubt. Go ahead.
No.
What? You gotta try
I don't know
it.
where your hands have been. It has nothing to do with the ants.
Chew fast. You still got one on your finger. They're just acidic, but who wants to eat that, Who wants
Not
a
me.
mouthful of that?
Thanks for sharing that.
Hey, that's what
I
I
really
do.
appreciate it.
I'm here for you. Tell you, this is pretty sad. This is nothing but exotics in here. This, right underneath a canopy of Australian pines. And, well, they are well adapted to South Florida. They get a foothold and they just keep growing. And the crazy stuff is that all of this, the needles that they drop, contain a chemical that suppresses the growth of indigenous plant life.
That's why there's absolutely nothing else besides this growing up.
Their roots secrete the same chemical, which allows basically just them to grow. I mean, it doesn't get more invasive and adapted than that.
These were all purposely brought in here that people didn't realize how devastating they were going to be down the road. Now, South Florida is the perfect breeding ground for all types of exotics. Very few other places in the world, especially in the U.S., could support this type of stuff.
Because of its subtropical climate, the Florida Everglades are home to more invasive plant species than anywhere else on Earth.
That's what people don't understand is worldwide, plants are far more problematic as invasive species than animals could ever be. Let's see if we can find some pythons in all this mess.
You know what? I always wanted to go to the outback snake hunting. I guess we're here.
Welcome.
Welcome to the outback. Oh, what's that?
They do find a python, but it's already dead.
No doubt. Look at that. Nice large vertebrae on that. Look at the size of those ribs. That is a big animal.
But nearby, the hunters uncover the python's last meal, another Everglades invader.
We got this is pig hair. It's a feral pig. You want to talk about the most invasive, animal besides human on this planet, at least in Florida? These feral pigs are just, they tear the landscape up, they tear crops up, they feed on anything. They're opportunistic omnivores. They'll eat snakes, they'll eat anything they can get their little mouths on.
But unlike the Burmese python, not all of Florida's alien species are considered a public menace, especially at beachside.
Oh my God, look at them all.
Holy
This is like a zoo exhibit.
That's impressive. Look at all the males courtship display.
Yeah.
Head
Bobbing their head, throat plates out.
What are there? Easy 100?
Oh, easy.
Dude, there's both
That's
species.
just what we can see. Look at all the thick grass behind there.
Yeah, but there's access to the beach over there.
Two of the Everglades' 3 non-native species of iguana have taken up residence near this beach, the green and the spiny tail. And they've flourished because they're mostly ignored.
Check out the sign.
Do not feed the iguanas. Don't feed him any fingers or...
You know what, though? They just put up a sign, don't feed the iguanas. They don't call in a trapper to get them. It's amazing, as an invasive species, that people are tolerating these animals right here.
Talk about exotics and invasives. Here you've got two large iguanid species, the green iguana and the spiny-tailed iguana, and they're cohabitating right here under this huge cement slab.
Originally from Mexico and South America, the iguanas came as stowaways on ships, were escaped or released pets, or were even blown here by hurricanes.
It's amazing. These guys have been here so much longer than the Burmese pythons, and it doesn't bother anybody.
No, they don't care.
Not afraid of people. Look at them.
They've got a resort mentality.
They're out here in Club Med.
That was one python out there, there'd be 911 calls, let alone 100 pythons coiled up out here.
People would be freaking out, and they'd evacuate this end of the island.
No, there's your pretty white male right there.
I'm about ready to sneak up here, see if I can catch one.
Yeah. Tell you what, well, you know, I always keep a nice pair of gloves just for this situation here, because like we talked about, these guys are going to tear you up. You got to worry about the claws, the mouth, and the tail.
It's coming to me. Wait for it. Sissy.
Well, we'll see who catches what here.
That dude's
That's incredible
magnificent
right there. Look at that. If you want him, you better cut him off, because they're all going to pile in that hole right there. See, they've taken their time one at a time. You can't believe how quick that thing is, man.
Look there, dudes. Get that.
Just got to jump on it, Greg. Come on. Come on.
But
yeah, he knows what's up now.
Got a big bite on his back.
Go, 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 go. You got him.
Animals blowing up. I mean, they just take in air immediately. Look, you can see the claw on this thing that's already hooked into the glove right here. Hadn't I had those gloves on, that'd have been embedded in the side of my arm right there. Look at the horns on his nose. I mean, these things are just incredible animals. You got, holy cow, Mikey got one.
Oh, he cheated.
How did I cheat?
You got a male or a female there?
Male.
The female.
No. They're porous. They're small, though.
Yeah, that's a female, though. And you can tell, flip it over. You can actually see the eggs in this animal. Let's put these two up as shorts.
He's got total advantage.
But the big white male hasn't given up yet. Of course, neither will Sean.
Rick right there?
Yeah?
Give me that glove. I'm not getting my finger bit. Reaching in through there.
Hello? Yeah, I can't get past your glove. It takes up so much room. He's got his legs set on the edge of the concrete.
About to give up, Sean?
The dude is in there. Hang on. I know this, when he comes out.
He's gonna be madder.
Well, he could turn right now and take a finger if he wanted, I think.
Got himself all puffed up like that.
I might lose a finger, which would suck in an iguana catch, huh?
He's gonna be mad. All right, all right.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
That's my boy.
That's him. That's him. Look at that.
You are a sexy lizard.
Look at that. Look at the difference in temperament between these two lizards. Check out that trachea. Just like the snake, you can see exactly where he breathes. When his mouth's closed, that goes up to the roof of his mouth, so he breathes right through his nostrils. That is an amazing animal right there.
And here's another fine example. Now, it's been said that back in the day, Crandon Park Zoo, the old curator released tons of these spiny tails and greens on the property. And, you know, we're just right up the road from that. And they've had decades and decades to move on.
Back then, you know, before people knew better, they were kind of like peacocks. They brought them in, they let them loose on the grounds, and because they were fed and the habitat was there for them, they stayed. On top of the zoo facilities that did that, along with the pet trade, they're just, South Florida is just covered with these animals. Right.
And this is a large breeding population, undisturbed until now.
He's been working the ladies, working the ladies.
He's gonna work your fingers if you let him.
No way. Him and I have an understanding. I won't let go and he won't bite me.
All is sunny for the invasive iguanas. But the forecast for the Everglades is anything but. The Everglades habitat is life-sustaining for the native plants and animals that live here. The most invasive species to threaten that balance is humans. Now, wildlife officials believe it's time to let us take care of one of the biggest invaders, the pythons.
Let's use humans to control these pythons. What better way than a hunter that is working his way through the woods, you know, and looking for rabbits or squirrels or whatever he's looking for, and he comes across a snake. He's already going to have a gun in his hand, and he can dispatch that animal very rapidly. Or if he feels like it, he could catch the thing live. I mean, there's enough young guys that want to wrestle with the thing, take it, show it off. How about coming for a python hunt? Exciting, huh?
Yes, this is Michael Cole, one of the python hunters. Yeah, we're going to be doing a hunt tonight. Permits 1, 2, and 3, Greg Graziani, Sean Heflick, and Michael Cole.
Let's get a move on before we get wet.
Come on, Geek Squad, do it.
Whoa! Oh, there he is. One way.
Well, holding still.
Whoa!
Try to give me
Whoa!
This one doesn't look very good, huh? This guy's a little beat.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at the head damage.
Yep. Yeah.
This is not in good shape.
He's got marks all over him. He's had a rough time.
Even the weakest python can still pack a punch.
Yeah, he's got good.
I got the head, and then it had just some debris up by its nose, and I went to clear it.
Yeah, go ahead and try that. I told you.
You gonna do it again?
Did you hear him scream? I know you squeezed that animal's ass when I did that. I know Greg squeezed the tail. It's all good. I got something for him. You know, it all comes around. Not the prettiest snake in the world, but you know, they don't have to be pretty for us to capture him and get him out of this system.
Typical Sean. Can't deal with authority. I warn you to, yeah, go ahead and try that. Not 3 seconds. Bam! Ah!
I think the misconception is that you think I view you as an authority. I think therein lies the issue.
I think I've already proven you should.
No. Why, squeezing a snake's ass, getting me bit?
What if we learned about the Burmese?
We know that they have predators. We know that they're providing an extra food source. We also know that they're taking animals out of the ecosystem. What we don't know is where that balance lies.
Well, that's true. We need to get a lot more gut content because it seems that on these species that we have had reports of them eating, it's one here, one there. Most of the consistent stuff we're finding are, you know, rodents and rabbits.
It's a water moccasin or cottonmouth, one of 4 venomous snakes native to the Everglades.
Man, that's a stinky snake.
Yeah. He's already got a fang hanging out
Oh,
this side.
venom just dropped. You see that?
Yep. He looks like he's grinning at us. White sheath hanging down over that fang is what you can see right there.
They get the name, Cottonmouth.
And it's humans that are most threatening to this native species. Every year, fearful people kill hundreds of these venomous animals.
Down along the head.
These give off the strongest musk of any Floridian snake.
Touched it.
Yeah. We definitely don't want to shorten our python hunting trip by getting nailed by one of these guys. Definitely, actually one of the things we have to be more careful of than the pythons.
Yeah.
Are pit vipers like this that we find out here.
It won't kill you, but it's painful.
The hunter's relationship with snakes is not based on fear, but respect. And as much as they admire and respect the Burmese python, the hunters know that like all invasive species, they don't belong in the Everglades. And their job won't be over for a long time to come.